everyone. Hopefully we are live. It tells me that we're live, so we're good to go. So hi, I'm Robin, obviously from Hooked by Robin, and tonight I'm going to be joined by Alysha from LittleJohn's Yarns. But before we get to her, I just want to go over a tiny bit of housekeeping for tonight's live stream and whilst we wait for people to come in and find us. So tonight, we're not actively monitoring the comments ourselves. That is all going to be handled by my glamorous assistant, Cam, my husband. He's going to be picking questions from the chat if there are any. And to be honest, flattery gets you everywhere with him. So the nicer you are, the more likely your question will get picked. I'm trying to think what else there is. Super chats. Now, those are by no means necessary at all, but if you do have an absolute burning question that you can't possibly not get an answer for, then a super chat will take priority. And all we've got to do is just hope that Cam can find them in the chat. Oh, I'm getting a thumbs up. And then hopefully we'll get to it that way. So tonight's live stream is a bit of a casual one. I was casual this week. Yeah, just casual. And we're both self-employed. We both work on our own and we both run YouTube channels. So we thought, why not have like a little Christmas work do for just the two of us? Now, I shamelessly stole that idea from Laurelyn from Snufflebean Yarn. So she might pop up in the chat and claim that that's trademarked, but too late, I've already stolen it. So hopefully you are all now here and we've gone over all the basics. And yeah, I just want you to meet the absolute queen of YouTube, particularly interviews. So this is awkward. Yeah, welcome Alysha from LittleJohn's Yarns. Yay, hello.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me on your channel. This is my very first time on your channel. I've never been on such a huge channel as yours. It's like I'm starstruck. I've never seen so many people in the live. Oh my goodness. How many people are here? I can't see the count.
Oh, I don't know.
How many people are in the live right now?
Cam?
I believe it's 101.
101 people right now.
Yeah, we've only been on for 2 minutes. See, you are super famous, but thank you so much for having me on your channel. Robin, okay, I'm being weird. I've talked to her several times before, but she's still awesome.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Alysha actually popped my live stream cherry by inviting me onto her channel earlier in the year. So I'm returning the favor and yeah, we can both hang out. So tell anyone who doesn't know who you are and where they can find you.
Well, I'm Alysha, aka LittleJohn Yarns. You can find me on YouTube. Of course, I know Robin has that all linked down. Do you have me linked down in the description?
All the links
below, because she's a genius. I wasn't smart enough to send it over before, but you know where to find me. You can also find me on Etsy, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. I am everywhere. And I love to make crochet patterns. I'm not the type to make those huge, humongous crochet patterns. I like nice, quick, almost instant gratification. That's like anything under 3 hours. I like hats. I like slippers. I like what you do, stitch tutorials. I like quick stuff. But yeah, you can find me all online.
Do you know what I don't do though?
What?
Hats or slippers or any sort of wearable garments. So if you guys are looking for hats and slippers, she is your girl because I suck at sizing. I can't do.
See, when I first started, it was only hats. Hats weren't too bad. And I was afraid of slippers because when I used to make baby booties, I could never make them the same size. I'm like, I'm never making slippers. But then I made one and the pattern went off and people just love my slippers. And I realized to size slippers, it's not that difficult. Let's say, you know how patterns have that mathematical increase?
And that's why I shy massively away from them, yes.
Well, to increase the size, you increase 2 stitches. To decrease the size, you decrease, but you have to work to math out of the whole pattern. But it's not too hard. But garments, no. I could make square sweaters. Like how your sweaters, I know you said store-bought, but you see how it's made in a square? That's how I make stuff. Rectangle arms.
But that's more than I can do. Honestly, I just shy away from clothing in general because maths just, I don't have the brain for it. Like I can do a blanket or amigurumi or something like that, but I'm terrified of, I could probably crochet something to fit me and then only me. I'm always too worried about getting the maths wrong, because that happens a lot with me. So
But do you even crochet for you? You're a YouTuber. This is why I'm asking you this.
Yeah. No, not really. Not anymore. Do you? Hey, Miss Interviewer, get off my interview. Do you?
I'm sorry.
No, carry on. Honestly, it takes the load off me.
Typically, I don't. Well, this wasn't for me. It just happened to be, I wanted to make a hat and it went into the bag. And I'm like, it's Christmas. I'm like, and I'm doing the live stream with you. I'm like, what do I have red? So I'm digging it. So I like this hat. I'm going to wear it more often. My little beret. Oh, other side.
Do you have that on your channel or on your Etsy?
I do. I just type in, if anybody's looking for it, Raspberry Beret. It's the Prince song. If anybody,
that immediately pops into my head. I was really hard not to start singing.
I was about to say,
he had the same.
You'll get demonetized. He'll get a copyright strike or something.
Not from my singing, we won't. It will be wildly out of tune. No bot will be able to tell what I'm singing. We're safe.
How's it go? Wait, I'm going to try to. How's it go? She wore raspberry beret. That's enough. That's enough of that. Okay.
Too early for singing.
Yeah.
Right, you know what we missed? And what we have to do, which is tradition on your stream, is we have to cheers each other. I know we practiced beforehand.
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Cheers.
So if anybody has a question for primarily Alysha, but either one of us, make sure that you just pop it in the chat below. And if you put a couple of question marks in front of it, then that way we know it's a question for us and it's not just you having a chat with somebody else in the live stream. So I'm going to go in with quite a broad question for you now, whilst we wait to see if anybody wants to ask us anything in particular. I have my notes. Look, I'm prepared. I have questions for you, but I just really wanted to know, like, what is your story? Be it, how did you start your YouTube channel? Just tell me about you and what is your story? That's really vague. Go for it.
Okay, my story is basically like everybody else's. I was working my day job. I worked with kids with intellectual disabilities. And I enjoyed my job, but my hours were crazy and I needed extra money. I'm like, how can I supplement my income? So I'm like, maybe I'll just start selling some crochet, because my coworkers was like, I had a lot of downtime at work. They're like, what are you making? I'm like, you can sell that on Etsy. I'm like, I can. And I start selling my stuff on Etsy. But at first, nothing sold. But I had to YouTube and research how to sell. But eventually, after a year or two of selling online and that working, I wanted more money. So that's when I went to YouTube. Not saying YouTube instantly made me more money. I thought it would, but it was the slowest growth in the whole entire world. But went to YouTube and found success on there. And now it's crazy. I don't understand how people know me. I mean, I love the online crochet community, but in the real world, I know 3 people. So that is strange.
If I count you, I'm going to make that total 4. But I'm counting you in on my 4th person that I know.
But because of YouTube, I think I was telling you this before, I like particular people. I had to find somebody across a whole entire ocean that I like.
Well, I mean, come on, how could you not?
Exactly, but thank you, YouTube. I found Robin.
This is going to be like mutual appreciation.
I know, we're too nice to each other. Okay, none of that. I can't stand Robin.
She's awful. I really wouldn't. Nobody needs berets. Don't go to her channel. There you go. That evens it out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Since we're on, I get to self-promote. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yes, and all the links are, even though she did not provide them for me in advance, I'm a pro, and they are all in the description box down below. Okay, so we actually have a question, which I'm going to try and read, which says...
You want me to read it? Because I can see the straight here.
My
What is your
webcam
favorite thing? Okay, what is your favorite thing to crochet, and how long have you been crocheting, both of you?
Do
My
you want to
favorite,
take this first?
I'll go first. My favorite thing to crochet is hats. I've always loved hats because one, my daughter loves it, my husband loves it, and they're like the perfect thing for bad hair day. They're functional. When people are like, hey, can you crochet me a doily? I'm like, I don't use those. But I'm like, I'll use the hat. I know this will go somewhere because usually at the end of the year, I have to donate a lot of stuff. Your turn.
And how long have you been crocheting?
Oh, since I was 7 and I'm 41 years old.
Wow. Okay, I'm not that exciting. I've been crocheting since I think 2012. And my favorite thing to crochet would definitely be amigurumi. I like it for, like you were saying earlier, the instant gratification of just a few hours and I'm done. And so that makes me very, very happy. I think we have a super chat, Cam, if you could. Oh, look at that. First of all, thank you so much. Yeah, cheers to you. Wow. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. So Raven and Roses. Hi, Robert. Oh, Cam, you're going to have to read this out to me. Hi, Robert. Open heart surgery in 2016. No, I got this. It's fine. I'll read this way. Your channel got me back into crochet. You showed me that crochet can...
I'm reading this. Get out the way. I'm reading. You look crazy. Hi, Robin. After my open heart surgery in 2016, your channel got me back into crochet. You showed me that crochet can be beautiful, creative, and fun. Thank you for keeping your channel. Keeping up your channel.
Yeah, thank you very much. Apologies for my inability to read these. So where they get pinned on my screen, I have to kind of do this, and my webcam, which is how you guys can see me, is right in the middle. So I'm like having to try and see past it. I'm so glad that my channel has helped, and open heart surgery sounds incredibly serious. I'm not even going to pretend to know what that is, but it sounds traumatic, and I really hope that you are on the mend and you're all healed up. And yes, thank you so much. Oh, Cam's getting excited. He's discovered that he can pin comments, so we're going to just be getting lots of questions coming through.
You ask people if they sent the question with question marks in.
It's true.
Up on screen.
Yes. Okay. No, that's fair enough, Cam. Yeah. Go, Robin. Will you be doing any more amigurumi videos? I love what you've done so far, and I just you're both laughing at me. I've got Cam off screen and you right in front of me.
Okay. I'll read it again. Robin, will you be doing any more amigurumi videos? I just love what you've done so far and just love your little googles.
I think that might be a typo. I'm wondering what that is.
Google guys. Did you do little Google?
I did like little worry worms or like a little scratch. Yes. Hi, Robin. Great name for starters. Yes, there will be more amigurumi coming. I tend to pace them out because they are quite intense to actually. They're quite intense to film and to edit, and they always tend to be really long videos. So like Alan, I don't know if you can see, there's Alan. That video is like an hour and 10 minutes, and that's a lot of raw footage for me to edit down. So yes, more amigurumi is coming. If you're always welcome to drop me an email if there's something in particular you want, but they don't come very often purely because of how time intensive they are. But yes, and I'm already thinking ahead to Christmas next year because I did a little sprout, and I'm now thinking maybe little Christmas pudding, little things, little Robin, I don't know. But yes, more amigurumi is coming.
See, I'll give you so much credit. The amigurumi, it hurts when I do all those small single crochet stitches. I got RA. Did you say you have something like that? No, that's some other YouTuber. That's my friend. But I have RA, and it hurts my hands just to do those small stitches.
Yeah, hurts me too. I have RSI, so I've got tennis elbow. Yeah, it hits me, in both arms. So I got it in my primary crocheting arm, and then because I was overcompensating, I've got it in my left hand as well. So, and it affects my wrists. So, and I've got arthritis as well on top, which is just fantastic. Crochet is great for your health. It really is.
Out of the 6 crocheters that I've interviewed, 4 have if you include myself, 7, have some type of arthritis, wrist joint problems. I thought I was alone. I'm like, I'm never going to be, after I got diagnosed, be able to crochet again. Everybody's like, buck up. We got it too. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you just got to power through. But yeah, I mean, I'm not even 40 yet. I mean, I'm nearly 40, but
no, you're not. You're like 29.
Yeah. But I mean, to have things like arthritis and, you know, I've just permanently damaged my body, but, you know, so be it. For, you know, I'm a martyr to my art. What can I say? Right. So Cam looks like he's hovering over another question. I do have some pre-prepared questions, but I'm happy to pick from the chat. So
okay. What's the most expensive yarn you've ever bought? I'll let you go first.
Given my husband is literally just sat there, I'm not sure I should answer this question. So I'm going to throw this one.
Okay.
I'm like £3 is the most I've ever spent on yarn. Yeah. What about you?
Personally, I just can't buy expensive yarn. I probably never spent over like $12 on yarn, but on a yarn trip is something completely different. How much I've ever spent on yarn in a trip? Okay. I know it's past the hundreds. I've been in 200s. My husband doesn't watch this. I think well over $200 and something. And if I bought something big with it, maybe in the $300s. Yes, I did it. $300. Nobody. I'm not going to take it back. I said it. I went from like $2 to $3 to $5 billion.
As you're saying that, I've got Cam next to me going. He knows how much I spend on yarn. Yeah, I spend a lot. I buy a lot online as well. And I don't know if Laura Lynn from Snufflebean Yarn is in the chat, because she might be able to bust me on how much I've spent with her just the last year. But yeah, no, I'm the same as you. I go big or go home when it comes to yarn. But with expensive yarns, I do have behind my head here, the whole little cubicle is full of hand-dyed indie yarns. And I think some of those are easily 15, 16 pounds per single skein.
Yeah.
So
like for us, it's hard to get like hand-dyed indie yarns in stores. We have to order it from online because we have in the US, we have so many huge big box stores. I'm like, Lion Brand.
I'm jealous you have those. Actually, a lot of those yarns, my head is blocking. A lot of those I actually got from, do you remember, Cam, we went to the yarn festivals? So we've been to a couple of like yarn festivals, and it's like a day out and you just turn up and there's stalls everywhere and there's people selling the hand-dyed yarns or the dyeing kits or fleece, anything fiber related, you can get it there. So that's when actually, those are probably my most expensive shopping days, to be honest. I'm looking at Cam to see if he's ignoring me. But like, yeah, it's really lovely going around like a little festival and then just blowing an absolute ton of cash and then never using the yarn. I've had some of that for years.
I can probably crochet the earth 8 times around. But I have been on a diet. I haven't bought anything other than like, oh, I need black yarn. In a long time, I've been giving away a lot of my yarn, sending it to some of my followers, and just I'm trying to do better. Oh, and can I add that little request that I asked earlier?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, guys, in the live right now, I think Robin's husband needs a crochet husband name. You know how Bag-A-Day got her husband's like Bod, and you know, what can Cam be? He needs a Hook by Robin husband name. I think in the comments, if you have a name for him, please let us know. And I think me and Robin should vote on it. Some of the options, we'll see.
I've got a lot of names for him, but none of them are very flattering. Sir. Why do I ever call you sir? Yeah, I don't think the names I would suggest would be. Yeah, he's going to love this. Last time when I did a live stream on my own, which was terrifying, I'm much happier when you're here with me. It makes it much easier. But we did a live stream in the summer. Actually, this is something I probably should have said at the beginning. I knew there was something I was missing off the housekeeping. This is like my last upload video this side of Christmas. So I probably should put that right at the beginning. So yeah, kudos to anyone that's already made it this far on the replay to find that little tiny bit of information.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the summer, we did like a live stream to kind of like wrap up before I took a summer break. And I'm quite liking this whole idea of one in the summer, one just at Christmas, just to sort of like wrap up like the season. But last live stream, he had way too much fun in the comments section because I couldn't see anything, and he was just loving it.
Name in the comments. Is he under moderator? Or does he type? Cam, are you typing?
Cameron Stevens is his name. I see. Actually, Jackie has actually popped Cam's pinned a comment. He's not communicating with us very well this evening, I feel.
I see it. I just wait for I see the comment on my end, but I'm not going to be like, you're talking. I'm just going to wait till you finish talking.
Like I don't notice these things. I need Cam to be like,
oh, I'll do it for you. I'll do.
Okay,
does your husband have an interest in doing crochet?
Do you have an interest? He is shaking his head.
I saw how much the yarn was, and I was like, I'm not going to.
He can't afford the yarn. He's not borrowing mine either. I did try to teach him once. I taught him how to do simple chaining, and he sat in the corner and he did a whole like couple of meters of chains and then gave up and left it on the side for months. And then I remember so clearly I came along and just saw it there and was like, well, clearly he's not doing anything with this. So I unraveled it, wound it back up, put it back, and he was so mortified.
I thought you ended up on my dreams. Just my ambition is just getting whittled away.
I'm sorry I unraveled your dreams. I'm sorry. But I regularly ask him to help because I've got all these samples on the go and like I can't keep up with my own self. And I always say to him, oh, it'd be really good if you could crochet and help me. And he just goes, no.
Yeah.
So unsupportive is what we should be calling him.
Let's spin this around. There's two husbands in this question.
Yeah, and one husband is here.
And
only one husband is here. It's your husband.
Yeah.
My husband
unsupportive.
See, my husband, he's not interested in crochet. It's funny because he was raised in a house where his mother was basically Martha Stewart. My mother-in-law crochets, knits, embroiders, reupholsters. She's that woman. And I'm like, she's like, why can't you just? I'm like, I don't know how. But I'm like, okay, honey, I think it would be a great idea if we did a YouTube video of me teaching you how to crochet.
I saw that one.
It took a lot of convincing, and he did. He had a couple drinks, and he was ready for it. And, it got a couple good views. I've been trying to get him back on my channel. Speaking of husband's name, they named my husband from that video Cashmere Silk. That's like a stripper name.
No.
Where is Cam's crochet stripper name?
The very thought of him being called Cashmere.
Wait, I see Mr. Cam Cam.
Mr. Cam Cam.
Sounds like a different type of club.
I'm seeing it in the comments. Captain Hooked.
No, it needs to be. Are you peering at the comments? You can see all these suggestions. It needs to be maybe something pirate themed because we are Devonian and you have got a Devonian accent, Cam. You've made me laugh so much with Cashmere Silk that I lost my voice.
Oh, is there any more?
Yeah, it's got to be something Devonian.
Skewed by Robin.
It's just unsupported, I think.
Okay. Let me get out of the comments. Okay. But no,
you husband. It's fine. Have a nose. Go for it.
Got another question.
Oh, Cam has another question. Okay, we're ready.
What and when will you be adding a new tutorial? Looking for something new to do. Question for both of you. Okay, I guess I'll go first.
Go for it.
I just released one today. It's not a big tutorial. It's just how to do granny square. I needed something quick to do, and plus New Year's is coming around. I know there's always somebody's New Year's resolution is how to crochet. So New Year's is great. Beginner patterns, I usually do that. But my next pattern, I think, will be a pair of mittens. I've been thinking about that. They're nice, quick, and easy.
See, you're way more organized than me. I'm not sure I can answer that question because I don't think I've thought past Christmas. All I know is this is the last thing I'm doing before Christmas, and that's it. I haven't put up my tree. I haven't done anything yet. I think I have got like it's like a type of granny square. I'm always worried when I say what's coming because then I forget to film it, or I don't have that as my next, and people are asking, so I'm always careful about what I say. Yeah. But I do have, and of course I don't have any of my samples to hand at all, but I do have a granny square. It's like granny square for intermediate to advanced, so it's not just a granny square, but I'm hoping people will like it. It's got scales. Oh, she's just gone. So anyway, right, while she is just disappeared.
There's a question specifically for you.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go. In US dollars, how much is £3? Ah, she went to go get her up. You're mute. You're on mute. Yeah, unmute yourself. How much is £3? I think it's about $5. Is it $5? No, I was shaking my head. I'll tell you what.
$1.50 for UK dollar. I
Let
mean
me
UK.
Google it. Let's have a look. 3 GBP in US dollars. Oh, okay, so it's not that bad. It's about $4. Ah, Alysha, what's going on with your microphone? Hang on. We can't hear you. We can see your beautiful crochet. I think
it's like a performing art piece now.
Yeah. we can cover for it. It's fine.
Some happy jingle playing.
So I think what she did was whiz to go get a sample of what's coming up on her channel. So we're referencing the question before. So I'm just going to pad and fill while she sorts out her microphone. We still can't hear you, but I think she's fine. She'll come back. So anyway, right, whilst we're waiting for her to come back and deal with her technical issues, Cam, just keep your eye out for when she pops back. So you can re-add her.
There was a great Hooked by Wonk name suggested.
Hooked by Wonk, or is that Catherine? Is that Catherine? Yes. Okay, so that's Catherine, and yeah, she's a big fan of Axel, Cam, like you are too.
He is amazing.
So yeah. All right, so Cam,
great question.
Go ahead, go ask questions. What yarn festivals do you go to? I didn't know there were such things. I'm in the UK. Okay, apologies for my dancing to your question. All right, so Cam, you just click, if you hover over her face, you can add her to stream. Cam, yeah, there you go.
If you hover over her face.
Just having to give him technical things. So the yarn festivals I've been to, Sarah, I don't know where you are in the UK. They do happen all over the UK. I know COVID has kind of shut a lot of them down, but I went to one which was proper woolly, and I think that was that down in South Devon or Cornwall maybe? And then I went to another one in Devon at Rosemore. I don't know where in the UK you are, but there are a couple of really big ones. There's Yarndale, which I've never been to, which is probably the biggest. There's Wonderwool in Wales. There's quite a lot. If you just kind of Google, I don't know what you'd Google for it. Just yarn festival, yarn event, yarn sale. I don't know, but have a look. Yeah, Sarah, let me know where you are, and then I can go away and Google and then come back with some answers. Anyway, returning to 2 questions back.
Oh,
what's coming up on your channel? Show me that sample you were.
Oh, it's not coming up on my channel.
Oh, is it not?
It will be eventually. You inspired me to do some stitch tutorials. This isn't the yarn. I was looking for a great yarn, especially through my sponsorship, but I love this. It's called, I don't know, I think Ripple and Groove or something like that. I loved it. It uses a bunch of treble crochet stitches.
That looks like it would grow super fast as well.
Yeah, because treble crochet stitches.
What yarn is that? Is that like retro stripes or something?
This is one of those Red Heart Super Saver yarns that I just picked up. I'm like, they always have those pretty bright colors.
Yeah, I've got I don't think you can see. when you left and it panned out, people could have seen I've got like a Red Heart Super Saver cubby just like over here with like some of the stripes, retro stripes and like bright stripes and stuff. I love them.
Those were like the yarns I was raised on, like because they were the cheap yarns back in the day. That's what my grandma always got. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we just don't get them here, and it's quite hard to find somewhere to actually get them as well. You've got to buy them online.
You need to take over and just create your own and become a monopoly.
Or I need to get on a plane and fly to the States with an empty suitcase. That's the other, probably cheaper alternative.
Or maybe,
sorry, go on.
I was about to say, maybe I'll just take you on, like, we'll FaceTime and I'll just shop in my store with a buggy and you like, put that one in and we'll just send it over.
Or I could just come to you and we could go shopping together. Oh my God. Let's do that.
A yarn friend. I was looking all online for like a local yarn friend and there are none. I can't find any.
We like America, we're here.
Yeah, Cam's up for it. I mean, I did have a very good yarn friend. My friend Tonya, she actually ran a knitting cafe locally. That's where I first started teaching crochet. So she's kind of the reason Hooked by Robin even exists. But she had this beautiful yarn shop with indie yarns, all hand dyed and expensive, beautiful yarns. Then she sold it, so I don't even think it exists as like a knitting cafe anymore. But yeah, that's how I met her, and we're still friends to this day. But she doesn't really like cheap acrylic yarn, so I still don't have like a shopping buddy. I mean, there's no really.
Is this like, I know those small yarn shops? It's like they're dying out in the USA. Is it like that over there? Is it starting to die out, or is it still current because you don't have big box stores?
We don't have the big box stores, so it's literally just. I think we've got a couple of yarn shops in town. There's like a department store that has like a haberdashery section, and then there is an independent yarn shop.
People almost prefer the more boutique shops,
yeah,
don't they?
Yeah. I think when you go into a yarn shop, it's generally it's never big either. So it's generally got a few ranges, and then there'll be like some hand dyeds or something special. But I do most of most of my shopping online. So yeah. I was going to say, I actually have a question. Unless, Cam, you're hovering over a question.
More questions,
okay, yeah, go for it. I can.
Sure?
These are my backup in case no one's paying attention to us and we're just talking to ourselves.
This was a rather interesting question.
What do you guys? First of all, Jasmine, can we just take a moment to appreciate your avatar photo? I recognize that octopus.
Beautiful.
What are both of you guys' most time-consuming videos to film? For me, Amigurumi, hands down. Alysha?
Oh, time-consuming. Anything with multiple row repeats. Let's see. Like I said, I try to keep mine simple because I hate my tutorials are like 15 minutes and under, almost all of them. What was the long one? Usually with the granny squares, even though the granny square is so simple, like if I did the granny square with the Amigurumi little elephant on top of it, teaching the granny square was the longest part, even though it was simple because of the counting. I'm like, why is this taking 15 minutes? It's granny square.
I think my granny square video it's long. It's nearly half an hour. It's one of those because it's actually, if you don't know how to crochet a granny square, I personally think it's one of the hardest things to learn in crochet. I know a lot of people think it's really easy to learn a granny square, but if you've never crocheted before, I think a granny square throws you right in at the deep end. If you can do a granny square, you can do anything. But it's the stitch
count that's really like, where's the corner? Where's the side?
Exactly. There's a lot to think about whilst you're trying to learn how you even do the stitch itself. You've got to learn the stitch itself, the terms, how to shape, how to count. On my first granny, I've got photos of my very first granny square, and I was so proud of them. And I look at them now and go, wait, that's a triangle in the middle. I wish I could bring it up because it turns out square, but like now I can see in the middle it's just like there's a weird triangle where I've clearly just carried on persevering. So
I think the granny square was my first item that I crocheted in the round. It wasn't my first pattern because I crocheted back and forth, because crocheting in a round is mathematical. And I think my grandmother was like, you put these on the corner, you put these on the corner, and everything else is the same, honey. I'm like, okay, Grandma, I think I got it. So luckily, my video I just made, I got it in 13 minutes.
All right, so I'm going to start recommending from my granny square that people watch yours instead. Because if you ain't got time for mine, mine's really long-winded. Like, it's painfully long-winded. I wonder if I just didn't know how to shut up.
I think it's because my videos are short. I've worked with children. I'm not saying my followers are this, but I've worked with children with disabilities for the past 27 years. I am a natural teacher. I know keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it visual and tactile. So when the video, I kept saying cluster chain 2 means corner, cluster chain 1 means side. And I put the visual up there and I kept repeating those. So I know I didn't have to keep showing them row after row. So they knew cluster chain 2, cluster, corner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think my problem is I waffle too much. I've done a good job of cutting out a lot of my unnecessary waffle. So I try to trim the fat these days. I've gone from like 20-minute videos to more like 12-minute, and most of that's just cutting out my utter nonsense.
You have the most amazing videos. What are you talking about? Your nonsense is amazing.
Don't look at any of my early videos. They are painful. I watch it now and I'm like, shut up, Robin. Just get to the crochet. No one cares.
I know my first ones, I think I told you this before. I used to have like a 30-second intro just showing everything I can crochet. So you know I'm cool. My daughter was like, Mom, nobody got time for looking at you trying to be narcissistic.
Yeah, I mean, mine's 5 seconds, my animated intro. Oh, I see it, Cam, don't worry. He's giving me the signal. Look at him. Mine's 5 seconds, and I kind of almost feel like that's too long, but it feels weird to not have it now, and it's not my face or anything. Okay, what online yarn shops do you prefer? Well, I'm going to go in first because top of the list every time is Snuffle Bean Yarn. She's a little independent one-woman show. She's in the UK. She ships worldwide, and yeah, 100% Snuffle Bean every time. After that, I've got like.
She's in the chat as well.
Oh, she's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, hi, Laurelyn. Yeah, I'm trying to think where else I go. Sometimes I get a lot from Ice Yarn. So what I can't get from Laurelyn, I'll get from Ice Yarn. They're based in Turkey. They have quite a lot of yarns that you can only get from them. Other than that, those would be my top 2. How about you?
Of course, I love crochet.com. They're a sister company of, Knit Picks. I just love their yarns because I am a cheap yarn person. I've never been one of the bougie yarn people because I was raised with that acrylic red heart yarn. So they have all their yarns are like $5 and under, $3, $2. They're cheap yarns. I also like Hobby yarn. Yeah. Hobbii, Hobby.
Oh yeah, that's based in, is it Denmark or somewhere in Europe? Yeah.
Yeah, I love because they have yarns like, I like a good variegated yarn because I can't match colors myself. They have some beautiful yarns. I love theirs.
Yeah, I've actually I have spent a fair few quid with Hobby.
Somebody in the chat said, Robin, I love your waffle.
Yeah, whoever that was, I think you are firmly in the minority because I used to get a lot of complaints on those videos. So the more I've cut, the less people complain about how long it's taking to get to like the meat and the veg. I don't know why I'm doing this at the same time. That's a terrible hand when I'm saying meat and veg, but like get to just get to it. Just shut up and teach me. So that's what I'm trying to channel more. Just I'm trying to shut up and teach you rather than telling you my life story beforehand. No one cares.
I can't find a happy middle ground because I have some people that says, Alysha, I love the way you teach it straight and to the point. But then I have, Alysha, why do you move so fast?
I get that.
I'm
Stop
not.
moving your hands, people tell me. That one baffles me. Stop moving your hands. How? How do I
tell people there's little dots at the bottom. Everybody's listening. You can always slow down any one of our videos. There's little dots on the screen or the little gear button. You can slow it down or you can pause it. And I always put even text that says exactly what stitch I'm going to do next, just in case I'm talking too much. You can read it down below. I just started doing that. It's a lot.
Good. You are better than me. Right. Everybody, if you want to learn how to do stitching, forget my videos. We've got someone taking it to another level here.
I want to be like you when I grow up, Robin.
I haven't got any of that fancy stuff. I really should.
You say you're unorganized. When you showed me your thumbnails, that's the picture that you see before you see any one of our YouTube videos. And thumbnails are important because if they're not important, nobody's going to click on them. Robin has a huge 852 picture album of 3 versions of everything she's ever made on YouTube. With slight variations, like this is one picture. Here's another picture.
And then I will spend 10 minutes agonizing between those 2 slight differences. Yeah, and
it works. It shows.
Thumbnail. But see, I may have a good thumbnail, but when you get to the video, there's no written anything from me there. Useless. Sorry, Cam is trying to get my attention.
There's a question in the chat, and the person's asked it twice. I'm hoping you guys can decipher which pattern it refers to.
Okay, on the return of my starting chain, I'm supposed to have 7 stitches. I only have 6. Is there anything I can do, or do I have to frog it? Okay, so Heather, it sounds to me like maybe you're doing single crochet stitches. And if you start with like 7 chains, one of those will be the turning chain. And all the turning chain is it just brings your hook up to the same height as the stitch. So you'll always have like 1 less or sometimes a bit more depending on what stitch you're doing. I think it's like 2 for half double crochet, maybe 2 or 3 for double. So that you don't have to frog it. Keep going. If you've got 7 chains, you'll have 6 stitches. If you're doing, it sounds like you're doing single crochet. And then when you come back, you'll probably chain 1, go up, and then come back and have 6 stitches again. You don't have to frog it. Just keep going. And I have no idea what you're making, so I could have just completely told you nothing there.
But if you have, like she's in a single chain row and you're coming back across and you're supposed to have 7 stitches and you only have 6, you can go back to your tail end and chain 1 extra stitch so you can fit another single crochet in, so it can be an even 7. Did that make sense?
Wait, check you out, dropping crochet hack bombs. Just
both of us.
Okay, Cam looks like he's bringing up another comment. I'm amazed how many comments there are. I'm not even paying attention to the chat. I just see it moving, so I'm excited people are even here. Okay, hi guys. I want to ask how to make my amigurumi not have as many gaps. For example, if I crochet a circle, there are sometimes huge gaps. Any advice, please? Love your videos. Okay, so the easiest way to avoid gaps in your amigurumi is to use a smaller hook. So whatever your yarn says, like on the ball band, it will tell you what hook size to use. Completely ignore that and go smaller. So if it's telling you you need a 5mm crochet hook, try a 4. Keep your hook smaller, and then that keeps your stitches tighter, which means they're going to be less gappy. Also, don't overstuff. So if you push too much stuffing into your thing, it just kind of spreads your stitches as well. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here. It makes sense in my head.
I see it.
Yeah, so my 2 tips would be smaller hook and don't stuff as much. I don't know if you've got anything to add to that. I don't know. I just kind of
I'm not a big amigurumi, but I've made little tutorials. Would this help? Because I know when I've done amigurumi in the past, it's where you're reducing, where you see the gaps. Would that invisible single crochet together help?
Yeah, invisible decrease. That's
what it is.
Feel free to check out any of my amigurumi videos because I do invisible decrease. It's just picking up the front loops rather than doing like a full decrease. But often look at your yarn and your hook size, especially when you're saying you're just crocheting a circle. That kind of to me suggests that you could make your hook smaller. There is also a technique which I haven't covered on my channel yet, which one day will come on my channel, where you can yarn under instead of yarn over. I know quite a few amigurumi people do that. So instead of yarning over your hook.
Yeah.
You yarn under your hook, and that almost gives like a little cross shape, and it makes your stitches super duper tight. So I think I want to say like it's a Russian technique. I don't know, but yarn.
I've seen this stitch before, but never with amigurumi.
Yeah, but or just Google yarn under instead of yarn over. And that's like, I personally don't do it because I've got such muscle memory of just yarning over. I think I'd have to concentrate really hard. But yarn under, I know a lot of people that do amigurumi do yarn under and swear by it. So I personally never tried it, but it's definitely something. Sorry, as I shift. Oh.
Are you sitting on one foot? I need to find a book.
I'm
back because I keep looking down. I'm going to grab a book to put my laptop on. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting cross-legged, which I feel is very youthful of me.
I love this.
Go for it. Good morning. Any recommendations for soft baby yarn? I don't mind spending more than for a good yarn. My cousin is expecting first baby in the spring. Okay, so Botanical, depending on which country you're in, I can take a UK answer, and then Alysha can give you a US answer. So a soft baby yarn in the UK, I would 100% recommend the Shapier's Color Crafter. It's anti-pilling, super soft, great basic, but doesn't feel basic, acrylic double knit yarn. So that's what I would personally recommend. Alysha, any US yarn?
I would definitely recommend is, I have no clue. I don't make any type of baby garments. No clue at all.
I love how you came in so confident. I was like, here we go. Here comes the US recommendation.
Wah, wah, wah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've used any US yarns that I've thought are particularly soft for a baby blanket. I think
this isn't for a baby blanket, but this yarn, I've always loved it.
Cam, can you
about it many times before? This is that Mighty Stitch bulky yarn. It's not an actual bulky yarn. When I measured it on the wraps per inch, it measured at a worsted weight. But this yarn is like butter. I used it for this hat. It is so soft. It has like a shimmer to it.
Yeah, it's a nice sheen.
Yeah, it's 100% acrylic. And it's just, I don't know, when I put my hook, it just slides in. And have you ever used Caron Simply Soft? It's that luster, but not that not that shreddy
splits. Yeah,
no splits.
See my face, I'm like, yeah,
no. But the sheen, and Caron is flat, it's not fluffy. This is a juicy yarn, if that makes sense, a fluffier yarn. Yes, I love it. Okay, this is Mighty Stitch bulky yarn. It says bulky, but it's not. It's actually like a thicker worsted weight yarn.
I'm writing that down.
It's so good. I love it.
Online. Mighty. Whilst Cam finds it. Do a live stream of me just writing down. Look, here we go. Left-handed. Mighty Stitch. And you said it's bulky, but it's not bulky.
Yeah, you can buy that at Knit Picks or crochet.com. Either one of those places.
Knit Picks. Don't Knit Picks have, or have I dreamt this? Don't they have those beautiful like variegated rainbow like sock weight or like the light fingering weight yarns? Yes. Like those beautiful, expensive. Yeah, I thought that name rung a bell. That's where I go, ooh. I'll never use those, but they'll look beautiful on my
but they're not too super expensive. Their yarns, the Knit Picks, the crochet.com is the I should say the not as successful little brother. Everything's cheaper. They want to be like their mom, Knit Picks, but you're like, oh. Yeah.
So more our level.
Yeah. The other ones like Bella Coco's, Knit Picks, you know. And then there's us. Yeah. Well, not you, me. Then there's me.
No, I'm not fancy.
You would be like the jelly between us because she's way up here, you're like in the middle, and I'm like down here.
I don't even think our class is the middle. We're both just nobodies. It's fine. We can just be nobodies together. Can I use cotton yarn for amigurumi products? Asked Monica. And the really easy answer is yes. It actually works beautifully for amigurumi. The only reason I don't use cotton is because it's quite hard going on my wrists. Mm-hmm. So if I didn't have pathetic old lady arms, then I absolutely would use cotton. But my joints are not prepared to use cotton. So yeah.
I used to hate crocheting with cotton yarn because I thought all cotton yarn was the same, was that hard, when you crochet, gappy texture. I'm like, until I don't know the name of it, but I think it's a hobby yarn, a Hobbii website. They have cotton yarn that is just, is this cotton? Does this drape nice? Does it not look like a dishcloth? It was amazing. I forget the name, but it's from that company. But all the yarn.
I think they do it's got a weird name, like a 4/8 or 8/8, like cotton. Thank you, Cam.
Yeah.
I haven't tried
like
that
a
cotton.
butler. You're like, thank you.
Yeah. Do you like the way I'm just like, I'm listening to you, but also going, garçon, hello. Although I think this is the last of the bottle, so we may be left unattended temporarily whilst he runs to the fridge.
Did you just finish the bottle?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's not just me. So normally, Cam, it's not predominantly me. Don't come for me. You're just sitting there behind your keyboard like a little keyboard warrior, so confident. Yeah, no, Cam is normally a whiskey drinker. So I'll normally drink like the really girly stuff, and he drinks whiskey. So this evening I said, he poured him, like we both had a glass, and I thought it was just, we were sharing just one. And I said, oh, are you going on to whiskey? He was like, no, we're both going to drink this. So he's feeling like Prosecco, basically.
What is his name? He hasn't been telling us. I haven't been looking at the comments. Has anybody given name?
Suggestions.
They have, okay.
There was Captain Hooked.
Captain Hooked.
Somebody called me Mr. Cam, which is a bit
Mr.
strange.
Cam, okay.
Captain Cam was another one.
Captain Cam.
Have to scroll back up. They were much earlier on the chat feed.
Guys, Cam needs a crochet husband YouTube name.
I mean, he's happy with just Cam.
I think Mr. Cam.
He responds really well to oi, so you know that also works. He responds really well to oi. You just go, oi. Seriously, I know you want to think that I call you sir, but I don't think I've ever called you sir. And I know just before we started, or before we hit that go live button, when Alysha asked about his name, he decided he was Robin's muse. So that kind of shows his level. He thinks he's either sir or my muse, and he is neither. He is not getting to the fridge for more Prosecco quick enough, is what he is. Are you going to pick another question and then you can leave us? Or I can refer to my question.
Oh, there you go. Here's a nice difficult one for you.
Okay. Can you do a tutorial on men's socks? My husband's convinced if you do, he's finally getting his socks as he's been waiting for a year. Well, I'm probably not your girl for but if anyone's going to have that sort of thing, it's that way. It's gonna be. Yeah. Have you got any socks?
I haven't made any socks yet, but thank you for giving me a tutorial idea that I can wrap my head around.
Write it down.
Yeah, that I can do that. What type of yarn would you like? I mean, we're requesting right now, so would you like a DK worsted? I'm not doing fingering and sock weight yarn with crochet. I just get lazy. I don't get time.
I guess half a sock.
Yeah, I guess if you go to like worsted weight yarn, that's basically just a slipper.
Yeah, okay. I think our DK is like your light worsted weight, I think, and your worsted weight is like our Aran weight, and then your bulky is our chunky. And but do you know what confuses me?
You say the number.
Numbers. People will say to me, "Oh, can I do this in a number 4?" And I'm just like, no idea what a number 4 weight is.
You don't do numbers?
No, we don't have
numbers. Education.
No numbers at all, just the weight. And that's it. So I'm always thrown when people say, "Oh, can I use as a 4 weight?" And oh, look, he's so good.
You
got me up.
You know what I'm thrown by when somebody says, "How many grams of yarn do I need?" I'm like, I don't know. My package says yards. I don't know.
Well, we have grams, and then you have the yardage as well. So it's like the weight. So over here, because of course you have ounces, don't you, in the States?
Say it again. You froze for a second.
You have ounces in the States, right? For your weight of your yarn rather than grams.
Well, actually, we have them all. But as being an American visually blind person, I only read what I want to see. So Therefore, I'm only seeing the yards.
Yeah, we have. So you'll have the weight in grams, and then it will say the meterage and the yardage on the ball band. But yeah, when I see those American great big balls of yarn, they're like, Karen, 1 pound. I'm like, I have no concept of what 1 pound even is. What's that in grams? I have no idea.
Oh, I'm about to say, I got one of.
Oh yes, show me a 1 pound, Cam. Yeah, go ahead, pull up that question while she's grabbing her yarn.
Here we go. This one is a pound of love.
Oh, that's massive. That's like this. That's bigger than your head. Okay, that's quite a lot of yarn.
The funny thing is, when I first started doing yarn reviews, I started buying yarn on Wish, and I bought myself. It was a 50-gram skein of yarn. I had never seen a 50-gram skein of yarn. To me, it looked like a Tic Tac. So I got on the review, and I was bad mouthing this yarn, and everybody outside of the US is like, what are you talking about? That is a perfectly fine skein of yarn. I'm like,
you couldn't call it that in the UK.
What?
Pound of love.
Cameron, this is not the live stream for your jokes, Cameron Stevens.
he can have dad jokes. It's okay.
Right, let me stay right there, because if you think a 50-gram ball of yarn is tiny, hang on. I think I have some. Hopefully you can still hear me.
Yeah.
I think I have yes, I do. Okay. I'm coming back.
If somebody says it's 500 grams, that is a pound.
Wow. Okay, that's a big boy ball of yarn. Okay, so I went just down there. And so I think most of these are trying to work out what weight this is. I don't know what weight this is.
Let me see the cape.
I don't know what this is. This is the Shapier's Stonewashed. I think this is either 100 or 50 grams. But what I wanted to show you are these tiny babies.
That's little snacks. That's a Tic Tac, little snack.
Look, that is, I think. Cam, let me know if Laurelyn from Stuff Being Yarn is still in the chat. She would be able to tell me
50 grams.
What weight are the tiny?
What's that, like 25 grams? No, that's smaller. That's like a 10, 15.
20 or 15.
She messaged a minute ago saying 50 grams. I don't know if it's...
No. That's like 15.
So, Laurelyn, these are the balls out of the packs. The big pack where you get like all the colors.
Sample
I think
colors.
they're 15 grams.
Right.
10 grams.
Yeah.
Look at these tiny babies. 10 grams.
I would probably buy like 500 of them just because and just decorate my wall.
And that's compared to this. Look. It's literally like it had a baby. It's so tiny. They're adorable. I love them.
And here's Papa Yarn.
That's Big Papa.
Tiny
Candy, is that from the big box set? Yes. So this is one of the I can't think, and of course I think it's in the office. I'm not going to try and send you looking for it, Cam, because you're not going to know what you're looking for. But yeah,
just so you can have the two comparisons as you talk about it.
Look at it. Look, if I put it by my face.
One of you is a borrower, and one of you is a giant.
It's like an ant. It's yarn for ants. I love it. It's so cute. But yes,
but side note, can I see that color?
Huh?
Can I see the color of that yarn up close?
They're all colors here. So basically, this is River Wash. So it's like 2 colors. It has like a different color, like halo fuzz.
Yeah.
So, and my hair attached to it as well, which is beautiful. So that's like a red with like an orange fuzz. I haven't got. Here's another pretty one. So it's blue, but with like this purple fuzz.
I like that one.
These are
glowy.
Yeah, really pretty little fuzzy friends. But yes, it's from the great. You get basically a gift pack, and I think it's got like 40 or 50 colors. Every color they have in the range, beautifully set out like a work of art. And I bust into one to make something last Christmas, and that's as far as I got.
It happens.
But I knew I had them just over there to be able to show you tiny baby balls of yarn compared to your 1 pound.
I would probably decorate or take those little balls and put them in like a picture frame or something.
Yeah, super cute. Like in a box frame.
Yeah.
The packet it comes in has got a clear window set with a handle. So all you've got to do is just nail
Stick
that
on your wall.
Yeah, beautiful. All right.
There's one last there's one last question.
Okay, go Cam, and then go for it. Robin, how do you find the time today to crochet and play Animal Crossing? There are not enough hours in the day. Okay, so sorry, this is a weirdly me-specific question. Unless do you game at all, Alysha?
No, not
You're
at all.
missing out. So how do I find the time? In truth, I don't. So if you're an Animal Crossing fan, you'll know the big update came out in October, and I was desperately trying to film all my crochet tutorials, like right up until this week, trying to film them so far in advance that then after October with the update, I could just play Animal Crossing and not have to think about crochet at all. That didn't work because I wildly overestimated how much I can get done in a day. And so I haven't had chance to play Animal Crossing half as much as I'd like to. When the update first came out, I binged it for about 2 weeks and completely abandoned my crochet entirely and just played Animal Crossing 7 hours a day. Got to get all the new things, got to play Happy Home Paradise. I'm obsessed. Over the last couple of weeks, because Christmas is approaching and I knew I had a couple of videos still to get out, I haven't really touched my Switch in a couple of weeks. I thought I would have sorted my YouTube content for crochet and then I could live stream on my second channel. That didn't happen either. But I have quietly been playing Animal Crossing on my own. And yeah, after tonight, because this is my last video before Christmas, I guarantee you tomorrow evening I will be firing up the Switch and binge playing. So
is that what you do to relax? Is that your hobby?
Yes and no. So it was, and then I decided to start a second YouTube channel, which was playing Animal Crossing and live streaming tutorials for that. And I haven't, I did it so much that it completely sucked the joy out of it for me. And YouTube is weirdly competitive when it comes to gaming.
Yeah.
And there was just this urgency to be first for everything on Animal Crossing because it was a brand new game and it's played in real time. So when it's winter in game. When it's autumn in game. When it's spring in game. And new things happen in those times. And the pressure to be the first person to discover the tips and the tricks and the first person to decorate with the Christmas stuff, it sucked the joy out of the game for me completely. So I haven't actually touched my second YouTube channel since February. And I think I very confidently, because I seem to recall either on my live stream back in the summer or when I was on with you, someone asked me a question about Animal Crossing. And I very confidently said, I'm going to do all my crochet content and then I'll be live streaming on my cream tea channel. And I haven't had a chance.
See, so, you said this before, stop turning your loves into a job.
Yeah, because I felt the guilty playing the game without live streaming, without making it into a video, without showing, because when I live stream on Cream Tea, I don't show my face. It's just, I'm just gaming. So it's just me talking nonsense over the top of it. But it really, the pressure, and I just went, you know what? I just want to play the game that I love, and the whole reason why I started a channel, and not live streaming and not showing my online status and just quietly playing Animal Crossing. It's been brilliant. I've loved it. But I do have that nagging bit of guilt that I'm not making money from it. I'm not monetizing it. I'm not making it my job.
You need, because crochet was my hobby, was my relaxing time. Don't get me wrong, I still love crochet, and I'm so happy I'm one of the rare few that can do something as what I love as my career. But I needed to find an outlet now that I took away my hobby. So, my new one is plants. I didn't realize it became plants. It slowly happened. Right before my daughter went away to college, I guess to replace her, I bought like a pathos plant. Then I bought
What type? What type? Because I
it is the one with the marbling.
Is it a satin?
I don't know which one has the marbling on it. There's not too many.
I've got a marble queen in my kitchen, which is like variegated, like white and green pothos leaves.
Go get it. I'll entertain them.
Can you just pass me my satin pothos, please?
Snap.
It's silvery. It's got silver on it. Hang on. Because it's literally hanging from my wall here.
I was about to say, are we going to go on a plant tour? Because I got
let's do it. So this is my satin pothos.
Oh, no, that's beautiful.
So this is my satin one, and she is a big girl. I've literally just given her a haircut because she was nearly a meter long.
Yeah.
Hang on. She's not done admiring my house plant.
It is beautiful.
So, no,
it's like tigery. I love that.
Yeah, it's like a silvery leaf. It's going a bit yellow. I overwatered her. But this is a satin pothos. In the kitchen, I have one like this that is bigger leaves, and they're like cream and green. She's massive. You don't have to get her.
Wait, see, now we're showing off. My house is small, so you can still hear me as I go grab for the plant.
Cam, could you also, whilst Alysha's getting her plant, could you pass me loo on?
And then I'm just going to take the plant around my room. See,
okay, so that's a Philadelphia. The Devil's Ivy is its nickname. That
what it is?
Yes, I have one of those too, with the yellow, the green and the yellow.
I can't get it on screen. There we go. It's like the back of the plant. Where's the front? There we go.
Beautiful. So I brought in another plant. Hello.
Okay. You're showing them.
Houseplant live stream. Let us know in the chat if you have houseplants too.
And how not to kill them. My spider plant is struggling.
Do you know, spider plants are supposed to be the easiest plant that you can have. And I have killed 3 of them. I'm an overwaterer. So I've learned the best way to look after my houseplants is to ignore them and not water them.
I'm trying to
I overwater.
Here is my snake plant over there.
We have one of those too, literally. Just there. What's wrong with us?
Here's my spider plant.
That looks healthy though. My spider plant just died repeatedly. They just die.
Peace lily.
Nice.
Begonia. Another peace lily.
Christmas tree.
More peace lilies. A fake green wall. I
love your green wall.
Now, what is the name of this? I want one.
What I've got in my lap?
Yes.
It's a Chinese evergreen. Have you ever seen the film Leon?
No. Describe it.
Leon Le Professionnel.
Oh my gosh. If you've never seen the film Leon,
describe it.
It's like a hitman film.
Who's in it?
Who's in that?
Oh, when she's like 12 years old?
Yeah, when she's like a tiny child.
To that, and they never did. She's like 40. She should do a sequel and be like a hitman.
If you haven't seen that film, I love that film. And in that film, Leon has...
It's when she walks around with the pot.
And this is me being her right now.
You look like baby Natalie Portman.
I know, right? So what I'm actually waiting for is Cam to take this off my lap. Because at the moment, I'm just having my plant. You came here for crochet and you actually get... See, look at my beautiful new leaf coming through. What a beauty.
Is that like peace lily where they tell you when it needs to be watered?
Yeah, they're super easy. You just neglect them and they love it. So it's like I don't know how to say it, aglanemolia. Ags, people call them. Exactly the same. You just ignore them. And this is massive. Look at the size of its leaves compared to my head.
You're smart. Now I'm running around the room. I have a plant. I don't know what it is.
I'm obsessed with houseplants, so it's another one of my special interests.
Know what this plant is? My mom gave me.
That's what I can't say. Aglanomia. It looks like a crete. So yeah, hang on. Let me Google her name and then I can show you on my phone because I can't pronounce it.
Look at these talents you didn't know you had. You're like, you should be on Jeopardy or something. Someplace like smart.
All it is is my ADHD made me hyper focus on houseplants. So I wasn't content with just having like 20 houseplants. I had to know everything there was to know about houseplants. Okay, so it's an I don't know how to spell it, but I'm fairly sure that's a Crete house plant.
I'm gonna buy myself one of those water meters because I'm starting to get obsessed and I want the water exactly right. So I know exactly how dry everything is.
Okay, so what you have there, I was correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hang on. I don't know if you can see it, and I'll link you to it later.
That's what my mother's plant looked like, the original plant. Hers is huge.
Aglanomia, that I can't say, Crete. Ignore the words Chinese evergreen because that's not correct. But Aglanomia Crete is what you have there.
I would have never
an ag, unless the Chinese evergreen is a type of ag. Please let us know in the comments if I'm giving incorrect information, because technically it's telling me Chinese evergreens are the same. Aglanomias.
I am trying to
crochet questions. Do people not know this is now houseplant live stream?
I know. I'm trying to propagate my pathos and grow them in water because I've been YouTubing. You don't need so I'm trying to grow them in water now.
I've done that once, and the roots, I left it in water too long, so when I transferred it to soil, it just died because I'd left it in the water too long. Cam says we have crochet questions.
Sorry guys, we're back.
I don't know who could answer this one first.
Okay, I'm gonna nominate Alysha to answer this one first. Oh, how do you pronounce? Well, I can't read it out without pronouncing it right.
How do you pronounce sheepies?
Okay, so it is pronounced, and I only know this because my daughter has a Dutch friend, and when he came to visit, he gave me a lesson. So it looks like sheepies, but it's pronounced shapiers. Shapiers.
Shape everybody together now. Shapiers.
So it's like shape yes. But I had to have a lesson from a Dutch boy to teach me how to, because I used to call it sheepies. So sheepies, but yeah, shapiers. If you want to be fancy. If you don't, just call it sheepies. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
There's a question from Sharon's Crochet Corner. She's asked the same question twice, but once written to you, once written to
okay.
So,
Little John, do you have any Christmas decoration patterns? Yes, I have a crochet Santa Claus pillow, a crochet snowman pillow, crochet, what are they? Those Santa face appliques. I think those are like, I think I have 3 or 4 Christmas patterns. I think over the past couple years.
3 or 4 more than I've got. I think I've got how to crochet around I like how you've switched the question, Cam. Look at you, what a pro. I think I've got like a crochet wreath, but a really, really simple how to crochet around a wreath, not crochet a big piece of material and then have to sew it too, because I don't have the patience for that. How to crochet physically around your wreath, just so it's like single crocheting around it. Unless you count like my Brussels sprout or my snowman that were amigurumi, I don't really have any patterns, I don't think. Fairly sure I don't. Should I be doing Christmas decoration things?
Actually, well, somebody like, what's her name? Jaden Stitches, whenever she does something for like Christmas, people go crazy. She's more, I love her. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, but she's more that, she reminds me of like a storytell fairy, like very,
like
an elf, a pixie, a very,
yeah.
So when people think of Christmas, they go to her immediately. When they think of Christmas, they don't think of me. They're like, where's the slippers? So I usually don't do it. But one of my favorite thumbnails was my crochet Santa face thumbnail. That was like one of my best ones. I was so proud of it. Everybody clicked on it. I was so proud.
When did you release that?
Just put in YouTube. You'll see it's like multicultural. I have 2 versions of them, but the one that's more successful is the multicultural Santa faces. I think people got a kick out of seeing.
Is this the big guy? The big.
There's 2.
Or the little tiny guys.
The little tiny guys with like, there's a black, white, Indian, all different races. And this is a cute little thumbnail.
I found them both by just looking for LittleJohn's Santa. Oh, you have done it in multicultural Santas. Oh my God, that's Move over, white Santa. There are other colours in town.
Exactly.
Oh, what? Cam's asking me to turn it around, but it's auto playing. Hang on. Did I take a screenshot in time? I don't know if I did, but you can see.
Yes.
All different. Hang on. My ring light.
Right there. Stop. Right there. You go. Right there. Perfect. That's me in the very top one. And the pillow one is me too.
This guy down the bottom, he's massive. Look at him.
Yeah, the pillow one's me too.
Yep. So, okay, cool. Well, yeah, you've got way more than I have.
Someone's got a really good name suggestion for me.
Oh, name suggestion for you. Yeah, go for it, Cam.
How about Camalama? Yes. Camalama. Fun fact, if you rearrange the letters in Cameron, it will spell romance.
No, it won't.
Camalama Ding Dong says no.
That's it. Rate your class. That's it. It's Christian. It's it. It's Bible.
Heather, you win the internet this evening. If anyone can beat Camalanga Ding Dong, although I did like Mr. Cam Cam.
That's my strip club.
That absolutely is a stripper name.
Yeah.
100%. That's how he makes his money.
Mr. Cam for short.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Oh, I know what I'm calling you from now on. Camalama Ding Dong.
Oh, we can get our husbands together. Welcome to the stage. It's Cashmere Silk and Camalama Ding Dong.
One of us would have to carry the other one in.
You would be carrying Cashmere Silk. You'd have him in your arms.
Or like piggyback or something.
Yeah, piggyback.
Oh.
Oh, dearie me. That's made my night. That has Camalanga Ding Dong. I don't know about you. Yeah, are there any other questions, or do I defer to my pre-prepped written ones?
I'm having a ball. It's so crazy. That first 3-5 minutes is so nerve-wracking. And I'm just like, I'm having a blast.
Yeah, I have no idea what the time is or anything. I've lost all sense of time. Oh, we're getting a time check from Camalama Ding Dong.
That's okay. I'm just filling up my wine. Don't tell us. We're good.
Go for it. Yeah.
I don't have to go to the bathroom. I'm fine. I'm good.
I'm okay too.
Okay.
All right. I'm seeing actually now I actually pay attention. I can see the chat coming in, and I'm seeing someone saying that yes, the Ags are a type of Chinese evergreen. So same plant, two different names.
When I move, I need more windows in my house. I want more plants, but I don't have enough.
So many, it's embarrassing. And I kill a lot of them. Oh, Heather, rocks. Do you have
I'll go first. It's Robin.
You stole my answer. I was going to say you.
Yeah, say yourself.
I can't say myself.
Stole your answer, you said.
Personally, I love Hooked by Robin. I watch all of her videos. No, in all honesty, I am not subscribed to very many crochet channels at all. I don't like to watch other crochet YouTubers. I'm paranoid, absolutely paranoid that I'll inadvertently copy, or so I tend to like just not look. I just stay in my own little lane. But I am subscribed to little oh my god,
there you go.
Imagery.
Right here. Right here.
I legitimately am subscribed to her.
How did you find me?
Do you know? I think
everybody knew you, but how did you find me? You like popped up in the live stream. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't think it was you. I thought it was like somebody else.
No, it was me. Now you've met me, you know it was me.
Yeah.
But when I think I was recommended one of your videos, just like in my home feed. I think it was one of your how much do you make videos? Like how much do you earn being a crochet YouTuber? And of course I was like, well,
let me see.
Let's have a look. And I loved your transparency, and I loved that you were like, this is what I earn, and this is what I earn from this and this and this and this. And then I was like, who is this? And I clicked through, and I think maybe you've got a couple of others, I'm not sure, but there's one massive how much do you earn as a crochet YouTuber? Because I'm a crochet YouTuber and I'm nosy.
You want to know?
So, yeah, I want to know what
I made the video. I'm like, nobody makes it.
What I'm earning. I want to know what the big guys are earning. Because just like you, when I first started a YouTube channel, I had this image, because the only YouTubers I really knew were like PewDiePie or Mr. Beast, like these huge, great big people that are earning millions. And I was like, I'm down for that. Like, can I earn me millions? Turns out no, but that your transparency made me go subscribe. And then I just happened to see one time when, because obviously I'm 5 hours ahead of you. I saw you were live streaming, and I just like waded into the chat, and I think it was an evening, so I was probably drunk, and I was like, hey. I think I sent you loads of super chats that night. I got hammered and just kept super chatting you.
Because I'm like, it's not hooked by Rob, but it's somebody that's weird like Rob, you know. But yeah, I'm like, wow, she likes me. I'm like, and then after a live stream, I think I asked you, maybe you were drunk that night. I'm like, hey, you're awesome. Come on my live stream. You're like, yeah. Day later.
I must have been drunk, because I remember you messaging, like commenting, Cam, saying, Kamalama Ding Dong is confirming I was drunk.
Watching the streams frequently, though.
I had been watching the streams, because you're really good on live stream. And I was like, actually, you seem like fun. Like, you know, now I know you behind the scenes. You're a really good actress.
Thanks.
But you know, I think you commented saying, I'd love to have you on live stream. And I think I said to Kamalanga, I can't say that continuously. Kamalama Ding Dong.
Mr. Cam for short.
Cam. I said to Mr. Cam, oh, shall I do it? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay. So I think I was drunk when I agreed, but then because I'd agreed, like if I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. So then it was too late. I was signed up. So we
do that all the time.
Thank
you, alcohol. But if you weren't drunk, I would have never got to know you.
No, true. I wouldn't have super chatted my way into your heart.
Yeah, I know exactly. Eventually, it probably would have been me waiting for you to go live on a super chat.
That genuinely never would have happened if it hadn't been for you having me on your channel and having that lack of pressure, because I was guesting on someone else's channel. So like, you know, there'll be some subscribers we share, there'll be some we don't, but it was like a safe, low-key, stealthy way for me to show this on camera, because I've never shown it before.
I forgot you were like what's the Sia? Nobody's seen your face.
I'm a seer of crochet.
We're like, who is she? I've seen her hands, I've heard her voice, I know what fingernail polish she likes, but that's it.
Yeah. What a massive disappointment the rest is. But
if people are so shocked you had blue hair. They're like, when you were on, just like,
you know, technically my hair is currently green, but the camera is making it look blue. I spent ages with my lights. So this here, wherever it looks like it's light blue, is actually bright green. So it's blue going into like super bright green. So I'm a bit vain in that I was gutted it doesn't show up on camera.
I'm sorry, but what I see, I love it, because I love that oceany color, that like greenish, bluish, watery. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah, it's really actually quite bright green in real life. I don't know why it's not picking it up. I think like almost a bit neon grass green is currently the color it is.
Really?
Totally not showing on camera at all. Like my eyeballs see it as a different camera to color to what I see there. Completely
it's
different.
Like you're talking, you're like, yeah, never here. You're drinking one hand. I don't know what's going on. Welcome to the live chat, everybody.
I'll try and find a yarn that is the color of my hair. It's more like this. Again, it looks blue.
It doesn't. I was supposed to say, I don't think it'll show if it's the same color as hair. The camera probably won't show it.
All right, so people, if you want to have a look, you want to look at the color malachite. It's like a beautiful green.
You can't spell that.
I get it, right? Okay, Cam has had this pinned for a while.
There's quite a few people saying nice things about you guys chatting, so I thought I'd pin that one comment from Maureen there.
I think we forget we're a live stream sometimes.
I am.
Great show. You should go on the road together. Thanks from Greece. Should we go to Greece together? I'm down for a holiday.
Ooh, who's paying for it?
I want to come to the States and go to a box store I want to get one of those massive shopping carts. I want to cut out coupons that we don't have coupons over here. So I want to cut out loads of coupons. I want to fill my shopping cart and get $500 worth of yarn for 30 cents.
We're going to make a thing of this. I'm going to contact Joanne Fabrics or something. I'm like, listen, there's 2 crochet YouTubers. You need to fly out one. You got money, Joanne Fabrics, and her husband. And hey, her daughter too.
No, Mr. Cam needs to stay at home.
Ding dong.
You're not Camalama Ding Dong. It's too much for me to say
Ding
after
dong
too much
sure.
Prosecco. You're Mr.
Ding
Cam. I'm not calling you Ding Dong.
Well, just dog for sure.
I'm not calling you Dong either. What's wrong with you? Mr. Cam needs to stay at home to look after the animals because Steve and the other cats and Percy the Chihuahua and my daughter need feeding.
And my daughter need feeding.
Yeah, I'll come on my own, and Mr. Cam can stay at home.
Joanne Fabrics is going to make it a whole ordeal, and they're going to film it, and they're going to watch us walk around the local store with a buggy.
Or Hobby Lobby, isn't that one of your Hobby Lobby?
Yes.
Hobby Lobby. I'm down for this because I'd get really overexcited and overstimulated by all that yarn.
Do you have like I'm sure you do, like big, huge, like grocery chain stores, like the warehouse style grocery stores? Just imagine that smelling like potpourri. That size of a space, like a Walmart.
When we went to the States, Cam, everything was just bigger. Like even compared, like we've got Tesco's and Sainsbury's and IKEA and like Hobbycraft, but everything in the States is just bigger.
Yeah, our IKEAs, you need a map to get through.
Yeah, so I think we were like, even like we popped to a pharmacy, didn't it? It was like a CVS pharmacy. And I was like, this place is huge. It's like Tesco's. I only need some ibuprofen. What's going on? Massive. Everything in America for us in the UK is huge. It is like our little tiny yarn to your £1 bully. This sums it up 100%. The size difference between the UK and I think a lot of Europe as well.
We are like an old country that's had a lot of turmoil and conflict over millenniums. And
the United States is huge, just countrywide. Like the amount of land mass is massive.
Yeah, people think like, oh, I'm going to go visit the U.S. I'll fly into New York and maybe drive down to Florida. No, you can't drive down to Florida. We're big.
It's huge. Like I don't even know how small, like the UK fits into like just California alone, doesn't it?
We had the same when we were in Monterey though. Some of the people there thought Europe was all like nice and friendly and everyone was next door to each other, but we're like, no, it's actually quite.
Yeah, and Europe's pretty big, but compared to the States, like the UK compared to the States,
the UK.
My daughter has gone off to visit her friend up north. And it's taken 6 hours on a train to get there. It'd be like a maybe 3 or 4 hour car journey, but that's it. And I'm thinking when we were in California, the drives we were doing, 3-4 hour drives just to get from one place to the next. Huge. And like a straight line the whole way. Fast.
But the thing about you said you can hop on a train, a 6 hour train ride. Like Europe is so connected by like train system. There is no type of interconnected quick train system to get from here to there. You're either driving, flying, or you have to drive 5 hours to a train station to get on a train for 11 hours to get across the state. You know,
I mean, I remember when we were chatting to someone, when we went to, it was a gas station, and there was a woman from the UK who had moved over there, and she was like, it threw me off because she had an American twang, but a northern accent.
Very excited.
Yeah, and she got very excited when we came into the gas station. She was like, oh my God, UKers. But she was saying, oh yeah, we're super close to the beach. We're like 3 hours away. And I was like 3 hours from the beach. We're 15 minutes from the beach. So, you know, it's kind of crazy. I spotted that she's frozen. I'm hoping that she'll come back.
Just say we had a very, very English comment from the Dapper Cat. He said, up north, you mean Exeter?
Up north, you mean Exeter. Yes, well, Exeter is the big smoke. I'm not going to lie. It's a massive city.
What a great point to crash, though.
Yeah, she looks like she's having fun.
I think the thumbnail for the video has been
this. Hang on, let me freeze too. If you move the mouse, ready? I'm sure she will come back. If you just remove from the stream for a second.
Remove.
No. Don't ban her. There you go. So then it's just us while she works out what's going on. She'll come back, I'm sure. Or she'll email me. This could be a dramatic way of getting out of the live stream.
If we've got any questions.
We have, because I only have questions prepared for Alysha. I don't have questions prepared for myself.
People chipping in. Obviously, we've got a few people in the States watching.
So whilst we're waiting, oh, hold on 2 seconds. I just have to move Steve, who is trying to get involved. Steve. Yes, Steve, you sit up there, please. Okay, so if anybody has a question for just me whilst we try and retrieve Alysha, she may have gone for good. I'm not sure. Depends on the internet connection. I'm seeing quite a few people there. People saying, nice. Candy saying it's nice I got over showing my face. Yeah, I can't watch these back though, Candy. So this just happens and I just pretend that no one's watching and this isn't actually broadcasting live to the world, so I will never watch this replay back. Okay, Honeybee says, I have a question. How do you get the yarn to color change perfectly when using only one ball? I don't. I let it flow. So I don't do any cutting and color. It's got a term. I can't think of the term. When people deliberately splice the yarn out, color control. I don't do any of that. I just let it flow. I think in some of my thumbnails, because the project is a bit bigger, so I'll have like a giant triangle scarf. It looks like I've color controlled, but the reality is it does actually change color partway through on a row. Just in the overall project, you don't really notice. So I just let the yarn flow and it does what it will do. I don't do any color correction, and yeah, you just got to kind of go with it, really. So I'm seeing question. Oh, you hovered over a question there, Cam, which you were going to show for the haircut with the blues, asking how much my hair cost. So I only pay for having my hair bleached, and if you look at my live stream from July, back in July, I had just had my hair freshly bleached, so my hair is all bright blue, whereas now you can see I've got quite a lot of natural root. I need to get it redone, so I just pay a one-off fee to my hairdresser to bleach my hair because I don't trust myself to bleach it at home. I have bleached it myself in the past and my hair went like straw. It was horrific. It was awful. And I couldn't even get a hairbrush through. So now if I'm going to have my hair bleached, I go to the hairdresser. She will bleach my hair for me. And then I come and I do this myself. So I just slap in some blues. I use all sorts of different hair dyes. So no set brand, whatever I have to hand. But I am a bit miffed that my green is not showing.
Another question.
Another question. Yeah,
Alysha.
you go for it. And I'm just going to check my emails in case Alysha has had permanent technical difficulties. We'll find out. Do you know how to crochet a little doll? So I think I was asked this before in my last live stream about crocheting dolls. It is on my list to do, so to sort of have a very simple basic little doll body. There are some very, very good crochet tutorials already that exist online. She's back. Welcome. I was worried you were glossy.
The whole electricity in the house went out.
Exciting.
I know. I heard a big pop outside. It went boom. I'm like, oh, and everything went out. Then I'm like, let me send her a message. I'm like, I can't. There's no internet. Then I'm like, let me email her. I'm like, I can't. There's no internet.
I literally was just stealthily checking my phone on stream to see if you died forever or if you were coming back. Oh, it's fine. We were holding the fort. No one noticed. It's not a problem.
I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like running all the way around the house. And I have no clue where my cell phone is. And when I lose my cell phone, I use my computer to call it. But I couldn't because there's no internet. So I'm like, please be there. Please be there. Okay.
we're still here. It's fine. Do you know how to crochet a little doll? Do you have any tutorials for how to crochet a little doll? I was suggesting that there's actually quite a lot of good tutorials already out there on YouTube for basic doll bodies.
Yeah.
I personally don't have one.
The whole amigurumi, those small single crochet stitches, you will never see any of those on my page. You make sure you stick with Robin, and I just can't. My hands just can't take it.
Between us, we've got a solid foundation.
I think so.
Split between the two channels, then if you need something for your feet or you need something for your shelf, or we've got you covered. Between the two of us, we have got you covered. I'm super excited now to make a cowl-like scarf into an infinity scarf. Okay, so Karen, just bodge it, just whip stitch it. No one sees the join. Don't get too concerned about it being neat. Just do like a real basic, just sew it. I think whip stitches, this is what I do.
People get so mad when I make a tutorial, if I do like a top and I'll show the seam or a hat, I'll be like, sew. I'll say the word sew or slip stitch. You're like, why don't you show me? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just
yeah, I know, right?
It looks all right when it's put together. Don't worry how things look. The person who is not a crocheter who sees it thinks it's the most amazing, intricate thing they've ever seen. They can't see 100%. A mistake.
I can agree more. And if anybody looks at what you have done and says, oh, I see the mistakes, well, then they don't deserve your handmade gift.
I don't.
I've just got to get super close. My Alexa's now kicking off. Hold on. My monitor is about to turn off.
Oh, my batteries are plugged in.
There we go. No, I'm good. I'm back. And I forgot to turn off my smart speaker in the corner who was listening in on us the whole time. So she tried to be helpful as well. Yeah, so just bodge it is my professional opinion. It doesn't matter. It's just a join. No one will see it in the grand overall project. Frog Love says, do you know how to crochet a little gift bag? Do you know how to crochet a little gift bag? I certainly don't have.
I can give you a 2-second pattern. Crochet, take a 5mm crochet hook and some worsted weight yarn, crocheting around for about depending on how big you want the bag. If you want this big, crocheting around until you get the size of the bag you want. Then just like a hat, stop increasing and just evenly crochet. When you want it to decrease a little bit, decrease by 1 round and you have a bag. And it's shaped like a little whoop. That makes sense?
What a pro. I was going to say, what you do is you go to the shop, you buy a bag.
Actually, I would go to my local dollar, whatever store you got, and get a cheap little bag.
Yeah.
Consuming.
Just buy a bag. Don't crochet it. No one will appreciate the time it's taken you to crochet the gift bag. Just buy one.
There's the most English question possible.
Oh, I'm ready for an English question in chat.
That's you.
Oh, Heather, what is your weather like today? Do you know what? A bit drizzly and overcast. How's your weather, Alysha?
Actually, pretty much the same. It's about maybe 38 degrees and rainy. No, in the 40s and rainy and dreary. I haven't seen the sun in I don't know how long. It's sad. It's like dark by 2.
Are you talking Fahrenheit or Celsius?
No, Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. Forgot. Very
US.
US.
Let me see what that is in Fahrenheit. I've got to Google this. In Celsius.
That's what bothers me so much about the U.S. We're so big, but yet we're so isolated in the way we look at everything compared to the rest of the world. And I want to be like, I'm very worldly, but I'm like, my education system didn't teach me that much. I'm sorry. We stopped there.
So like 3 degrees Celsius. Okay. That's cold.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like 9 here today. So, and I was cold.
It is cold. I don't leave the house. So from my window right here, I'm like, ooh, it looks chilly out there. If I get the mail, I'm like, oh.
I haven't left my house today.
It's like, I don't know if it's really.
I didn't leave it yesterday. I rely on Mr. Cam. to come back and give me accurate weather reports past what I can see. Mind you, though, our house is 200 years old. So if it's windy, I know about it because the wind just comes straight in through those windows, and the curtains like blowing. My house plants are all blowing in the breeze. And I'm sat there going, oh, it feels like outside. So, but other than that, that's the closest I get to outside these days. It's on a windy day, it comes through my windows.
I think I was talking on my last chat. I got like almost to the point where I didn't want to admit. Sometimes on my live streams, I let out information about myself I never imagined I would, because it's been an hour and a half and I've been drinking. I think I might be an agoraphobic. I don't know. I love my house so much. I hate going to the store and leaving. Is that weird?
See, I'm very similar. I don't like leaving the house.
Yeah.
But I don't like leaving the house because I love my house so much.
Yes.
I just don't like leaving the house. I hate food shopping with an absolute passion. I can't bear it. I can't stand it. If I can buy things online, I'm contributing to the death of the high street in the UK, because I buy everything online if possible. I'm just really antisocial, and like I want to go and do things. And my friends, all three of them, will say, we've got this thing, come and join us. And I go, yay! And then that thing comes around, and I'm just like, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave, and I only go because I feel guilty if I don't go. And that is what gets me out of the house, guilt. Other than that, Cam's laughing because he knows it's true.
Like ADHD, though, right? So
I do, yes, but I may have ADHD, but that doesn't explain why I'm an antisocial git.
Because that's your other diagnosis.
Antisocial. Yeah, I want to be included in plans, but please don't expect me to have to follow through and actually turn up. Yeah.
Like my house, my husband, he's the more outgoing person. Like sometimes I'm like, I just want a friend. And the friend will show up and I'll be like, I don't want to go out. No, yeah, but same. I've created my own secret garden, my own zen. I enjoy sitting down by myself, being by myself, because I like myself at times. So,
I mean, I'd like to say that I stay in my house because I like my house. But in all honesty, this house drives me insane, because I feel claustrophobic in it and I feel trapped by it. So I feel claustrophobic and trapped, but I don't want to leave it. So good luck on picking me apart.
No, I feel the same way because I'm an introvert. I don't like going out, but since I work from home officially now, all I usually all I want is home, but now all I see is home.
And work. There's no separation between. I can't, like, I'm sitting on my sofa right now, which is where I normally work and where we watch TV and where we have downtime and where we do everything is in the front room. And yet everywhere I look, I see piles of work reminding me. Even behind me, all that yarn is just a reminder of, even right there.
Yes,
there's a work in progress. That's a video to be. And it sits there like this constant reminder that I should be working on that at 10 o'clock at night. So
I got a question for you. Okay,
I'm ready.
How it relates to me also. Since you work from home, you have no other coworkers. Cam comes home, he tells you about his day, all these coworkers and whatnot. Do you feel like, how do you even explain your day to make it sound entertaining? I'm like,
so I'll go in with, I did the dishes and then I watched Netflix for 4 hours and I achieved nothing today. It's generally how I come in. He's nodding. How do I describe my day to you, Cam? I describe every little detail though. Like, if you want to know about my day, you're getting every thought that's come into my head as a massive brain dump for about half an hour. Cam, I mean, how do I explain my day? You're Mr. Cam. The floor is yours. Yeah, the floor is yours, Camalama Ding Dong.
It's usually quite varied, isn't it, your day? Very open to change. It's probably
my day fluctuates from day to day.
Full of structure and routine.
I feel like nobody sees that structure and routine in me. I feel like people just see me as...
He is Absolutely taking the mickey. I have no structural routine. He's wildly taking the piss out of me right now.
Like my husband, he'll come home and he'll pick a coworker and tell me about this elaborate story about a coworker. I have no coworkers to piss me off to tell you a great story about. If I'm pissed off, it's something dumb I did.
Yeah, or I'm generally irritated by something Mr. Cam did when he wasn't here. Sorry, Camalama Ding Dong. Sure. I'm not just going to start calling you Dong. But it's generally like the co-worker I get annoyed by the most. A is myself, followed up by Camalama Ding Dong, who doesn't make me enough cups of tea or doesn't learn how to crochet to help me. I know. First world problems.
My first coworker outside after leaving my job was my son because I quit during the pandemic. So therefore, at that time, he was in 4th grade. Every morning we would start our day. I would grab a tea and I would make him like a hot cocoa, and he would get his laptop and my laptop, and we would sit at the table. And at least once a day, my coworker would cry.
Mood. If I was your coworker, you'd get the same deal.
I'm like, why is this 9-year-old always crying like during that? I'm like, oh. But now, like you said, I consider my husband, he's not a coworker because he's away at work, but he's a coworker that worked a shift before. Because every time I work up to work, I see that person's shoes, dishes, coat, random socks, anything all over my home office. And I can't start working until I get my home office. I'm preaching until I get my home office right.
Camalama Ding Dong, are you listening to this?
Yeah, I look at it as ways to break up your day and give you other things to think about.
So you're doing me a favor by leaving your socks under the sofa.
Diversity, just divergent, keeping your day interesting.
Right. So by breaking it up with needing to do boring housework chores that you've created for me, you're doing me the favor. Okay.
He's so kind.
I know. I said he was unsupportive earlier, and I take that back.
Thing Camalama Ding Dong would do. So
what leaves socks under the
sofa? I think one of my friends had this idea, but we should bring our husbands on and have like some type of crochet husband quiz. I don't know. They'll probably say no, but we should talk about it behind their backs when Camalama Ding Dong's not listening.
I know what we should call the stream: Surviving Crochet.
All right, so Camalama Ding Dong is on board. He's ready to wage war against cashmere silk in a crochet face-off, I think is what's happening.
I like that.
I don't know if that will just entertain just us, though. Is that enough? I think that's enough that it just entertains you and me.
I realize as soon as you put your husband, if you tell your husband to get on screen right now, everybody, all these women in the live chat, they love men that are involved with their wives in crochet. It's nuts.
Let me read my yarn. So Camalama Ding Dong can come and have a chat.
Comment on here for a few minutes.
Yes,
it's getting missed.
When I posted that one video with my husband, I had so many subscribers to that just one video and so many comments like, oh, my grandfather crocheted, my husband cares about. Put your face on, Ding Dong.
Ding Dong. All right, Jackie says, I don't stop. Did you answer my question about what your favorite stitch is to do? Do you have a favorite stitch? Mine's a half double crochet. Simple, easy, and fast.
My favorite. It is half double crochet, so you can get that yarn over and pull through. Yeah. But my last stitch that I love to do was the arcade and wheat sheaf stitch. That,
like the arching, yes, beautiful.
Yes, I was able to put that in a.
Show us.
Into a pair of slippers.
Slipper.
I can't get it right because I've been drinking.
No, I can see.
Can you see where the arches are? Even though it's no longer arches, but it created such a weird little flower shape in the middle of the slipper. Super cute. And I made it on sandals. You can put on shirts. And
almost like a skull. It looks, or like a paw print. It looks.
You don't have to grab my feet. So you can see
you go get your foot. Get your prosthetic foot. Camalama Ding Dong. Come on.
That was good for this question.
Come and sit next to me, Camelama Ding Dong.
Question.
Now you're going to get a whole bunch of subscribers. Our followers love our husbands. I'm trying to get my husband to do another video with me.
I don't know. I see the live chat moving really super fast.
See?
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah, and that's all from the wheat sheaf. This was more the arcade shift. The wheat shift has
it's just less
half double crochets or double crochets.
Yeah, it's just less amount of double crochets. I think it's like 5 instead of 7 or 7 instead of 9. I can't remember off the top of my head. Camelama Ding Dong, come and join me on the sofa.
Turn the mouse around for you so you can moderate.
Pass me the mouse. Look, I now am in control of the live stream. I can't see anything though because of,
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I get to run the live stream because she managed to turn herself off. I guess I completely deserve this because of my last shut off. So while we I'm like, I completely deserve this.
I get handed the mouse and I accidentally left the live stream.
Cam, take it back.
He's not allowed.
See, I literally moved for 2 seconds and the whole thing falls apart.
Wait, where's live stream gone? I was like, I'll get it back. It's fine. I just left temporarily. All right, Cam, I don't know if we can get you in.
I'm going to lean in briefly, but
there's
not much.
Welcome to the stage.
Well, this is the money maker. This is
the money maker.
Come on, you will get the ring light. I've got like a ring light, so it makes me look like a poser.
Actually, with your shimmery sweater on, you do look like the what do they call them? The house maiden of your Camelama Ding Dong.
I don't know if you can say house maiden and ding dong in the same sentence.
That's exactly what I'm insinuating.
It'd be the most dodgy sounding spy thriller ever, wouldn't it? The name's Dong. Ding dong.
Yeah, okay, don't speak.
Okay, let's all we need is an elbow. We're good. Now we're happy.
The trouble is he's got quite a lot of eye issues at the moment, so that I've got this ring light because I'm a poser that's super bright. So like looking at it, if I get super close, you can see it like reflect.
Oh, yeah.
Do I look like one of those fancy
like in a music video from the 90s?
Know, right? But it means that it's a bit bright for his eyes. So he comes in like Mr. Magoo with his glasses and it's just too bright. He can't handle it. So.
See, I can't look directly up because my light is right there. I don't have a ring light. It's just a light. Can you see
I'm
it?
Carefully handing control back to him if we leave in advance. I'm sorry. Oh no, we're still here. We're all right.
Stop. I'm just noticed something. Can I see your blanket behind you?
This?
Yes.
Yes. I moved this out of the way. Yes. Check this bad boy out. Look
I just want to rub my face on it. Yeah,
it's like pom-pom. You know that pom-pom yarn you can get?
Yeah.
It's just that. And it's just crocheting over it. So you get, this blanket is well loved at this stage. So it's looking a bit grotty. But yeah, you're just crocheting over it. And then you get all like the pom-poms. Even if I, like, there you go.
Those are so cute. I never noticed it before. Has it always been behind you?
It's really, no, it was on the side. I moved it when Camelama Ding Dong came and sat next to me. But it's really, really heavy. So I use this one as my lap blanket. It's just enough to keep me warm because this house is Arctic with all the breeze. All right, Cam. Do you have any more questions from the chat, or should I refer to my incredibly well thought out questions that I prepared?
They were great questions. I'm like,
no one would ever hear them.
Proud of you. I use the same 10 questions when I go through my Meet the Maker. Same ones. I just change the name.
That's great though, because you know what to ask and you know how to lead when they answer. So
the trick is 10 questions will give you an hour worth of questions.
You did that one, Cam.
Yeah, did we answer it though?
We did answer it. Yes, we did. Cool. Keep up, Mr. Cam.
Technical difficulties and whatnot.
There were technical difficulties. Me just ejecting myself from my own live stream. Minor detail. All right. So Barbara Wilson, can you share your favorite type of yarn? My favorite type of yarn is 100% cheap and cheerful acrylic, preferably in a variegated rainbow shade.
You are rainbow.
Yeah.
You know, I already told you my favorite was, one of my favorites was the Mighty Stitch bulky yarn. That is just a fat, fluffy yarn that has a great luster to it. And I love my, what's her name? Vanna White. What's Vanna White's yarn? Vanna's Choice yarn. It's like a thicker worsted weight yarn. I don't know. I just love those for, I don't know.
It's like a basic staple.
It's smooth, but it's just a nice fluffy yarn.
Yeah. All my yarn is behind me, so I can't really grab it. I don't know. Can you see it?
So are those the yarns you use?
Show yarn.
Cam's laughing because he's going to call them show yarns, but I do use them. So when I think of something I want to do, I literally stand and stare at my yarn wall, and Cam's being very dramatic and pointing out all the other areas in the room where yarn is stored. But he's not on camera, so you don't get to see him being the drama. But that yarn wall, I'll stare at it, and if I'm looking for inspiration, I don't know. I don't think you can see it. If I move out of shot, does it light it up a bit better?
Yeah.
Like I've got a lot of whirls there. I've got some yarn cakes there. Up here. Oh, what way am I going? That on the top shelf. Oh my gosh, it's painful. That's a lot of boho and like red heart, unforgettable type yarns. A lot of variegated yarns. And that's where I'll stand and stare vacantly when I'm trying to find the right yarn for the right project. But I do have, just out of shot on the other side of the room, I've got a whole cabinet full of yarn there. I have yarn in the hallway, in my office. I've got yarn everywhere. But it's like my
sweating. Oh my goodness, that's sweat stains. You didn't see that.
No, you can't see that on you.
Okay, I'm going to pull my shirt down.
No, you can't see it. What you need is sparkles like me. So it's so distracting. You can't see anything
Every time I wear anything too close, I sweat. But the yarn behind me, this is basically, I've never used that yarn. I don't know what to do with it. This yarn over here, sometimes I'll stand in, let me move the big old yarn. Sometimes I'll stand in front of it like you. I'm like, I wonder what it is. And this yarn, there's like, you can't see it, 3 garbage bags on the floor. That's all going to my aunt who crochets. I sent a whole bunch of yarn to my daughter's friend who crochets. She's like, does your mother YouTube? Does she have extra yarn? I'm like, yes, I got tons. Take it.
I did like a big purge, and I bagged up nearly 70 balls of yarn. And I think I gave it to my husband's cousin and my daughter's friend. They just took it all. And I was like, finally, some like clarity and organization. Yeah. And then I ordered 100 more balls. I just backfilled the spaces and just was like, what's wrong with me?
There's nothing wrong with you, because you realize those 70 skeins of yarn you couldn't do anything with. So you donated to somebody who could use it. But you thought these new 70 skeins, you might be able to do it.
That's all I swear, there is like a little trash goblin that lives in my head. And that's the only way I can describe it. When it comes to yarn, I have a trash goblin that insists I buy it all, hoard it all, never use it. And it's like, it's exhausting.
How about the yarn that you hoard for the perfect pattern and never find?
That one. So you're looking about 300-400 pounds worth of yarn.
Wait, can you grab? I'm going to make you work.
Yeah, I can get up.
One. You got to.
Which my favorite.
You got to jump over the back of the couch.
All right, I'm going. No. There's space.
Oh.
Space. My couch is here, and then my unit's over here. All right, let's have a look. What's my favorite? I've got so many. Actually, I think this one's pretty good. Hold on. Are we all enjoying looking at my butt on live stream?
Okay, there we go. Got it.
Okay, so I've got lots up there, including yarn. What I should have done is grab the yarn that me and my daughter dyed ourselves, but I don't even know if that's up there. But I have stuff like this.
Woo, that's beautiful.
Like, look at that. It's amazing. And this camera is not picking up the colors. Again,
Much
it's
more
like
vivid.
neon in real life. It's like neon bright.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's even beautiful just not being neon. It's
Yeah, being okay. So this is as neon. This is the same green as my hair.
it's blue. It's not. It's blue.
I know, but it's like this beautiful. I like these sorts of. But again, it's been like that. I've owned this for about 18 months. No project will ever be good enough for this beautiful. Actually, I can. Hang on. Let me take this off. Like, here you go. It's like all bright neon colors that are not being shown on camera.
What would cross your mind to make with that? Because that was that fingering.
Yeah, yeah, I think it is. I buy fingering because you get more yards and more meterage, and I'm quite mean, so I'm like, I only want to buy one. I want 400 meters, but then it's so fine. I never use it. So what I should do, I should buy thicker weight. So yes, this is 400 meters in this, but yes, it is stock weight. So
see, know what I want to do? I want to buy a real knitting machine, like the real expensive. I got one of those circular ones, but that's for like worsted weight yarn. But for those beautiful fingering weights where I can just
I like a back and forth. Yeah.
And just make something with it.
Yeah, this is
Christmas present for your wife.
Do you hear that? I hope you're paying attention, Mr. Cam Cam. I'm going to put this back. Hold on. We can all enjoy what I look like from the side.
It's crochet.
Were there any other questions in chat?
Any other questions? You can bring it up, Cam, and I'll read it while she's showing her rear end.
I've got so many beautiful yarns up here. I want to grab them all to show you.
Actually, we're just being weird. I want to grab yarns that I will never use.
Yeah, let me show you my yarn.
Yarns that I will never ever use. Here we go. Here's one case of yarns I will never use. Let's do this. Okay, I'm ready.
More and hold 30. That sounds like good sense to me. And good sense. It's not really my strong point. And also, I'm not sure it's even dyed anymore.
Buy more. I got a question. Those with the finger weight where you can hold two yarn strands together. But does that mess up the color pattern? Because
not necessarily with hand dye, because it depends where as long as you match like the start, you should be golden. But yeah, like I'd use that for like a shawl. It'd take me forever though. It really would take me forever. Show me your yarn that you're never going to use. That's what I'm here for.
Glow in the dark neon yarn.
Like my hair color.
That's not your hair color.
Yeah, my hair's a bit darker than that, but close.
I would never use this.
Did you? Because didn't you do a review on that? Is that right?
Yeah, but what would you do with it? Here we go. I made a swatch of double crochets, and it's weird.
Is it plastic? It looks like plastic.
Yeah. You remember those little shoes you used to wear when you were a little girl? Those little in the 80s. Well, I don't know, in the US. They were called.
I was poor in the 80s. I didn't get good stuff in the 80s. Cam, did you get that stuff in the 80s? No, we were both poor in the 80s.
In the 80s, these were very poor people's shoes. These were made out of this material, and your feet would sweat inside of them, but they were like sandals.
Like jelly shoes.
Yeah, jelly shoes.
Yeah, we had jelly. I loved my jelly shoes.
Poor people's shoes. Yes, you could they were like a mold of a foot.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to make with those.
Could you make like a little ghost, something that could go outside?
Yeah, I thought about making something actually functional, like because we got our patio done. Maybe putting like little mats on a chair so people would be able to see in the dark where to put their tuchus.
Yeah, I could do with something like that now. To be honest, it's got pretty dark in here.
Question: tuchus.
Yes.
Is that an very American word? I'm tipsy.
I'm assuming you mean butt.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard. What did you say again?
Tuchus.
Never heard of that before, but I'm
glad I helped you. I'm like, she's not going to know what a tuchus is.
No, I made an assumption that it was where you sit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, have you ever heard of that, Cam? Tuckus.
No.
No. It hasn't made it over the pond yet.
Are we missing something from our own language here?
Don't start with the we invented English in the first place. Don't
But
start.
you amaze me with the whole pants and trousers and underwear.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, how pants are knickers.
Can you educate the Americans in the audience? Because you have a lot of American followers. We don't know. We're not cultured.
So in the UK, your pants are your underwear, and your outerwear are things like trousers or jeggings or a skirt. We do not use the word pants to describe trousers. Pants are solely reserved for your briefs, your underwear, and your knickers. So, like, we're really childish in the UK, and we giggle when you say you're going to put your pants on because we're all like,
Question. That just reminded me, but we'll get to Robin, what she just said. There's a Lego movie. I remember my son loved this Lego movie, the one that came out in like the early 2010s. And the whole joke in the Lego movie is, where's my pants?
Yeah.
Was it, where's my underwear in your head?
No, it was still where's your pants. I mean, we know that in America, pants are like trousers. So we just kind of take it as a given. But it's a bit like when you say about wearing a fanny pack. And we're in the UK are all like,
Wait, no, educate us again. They don't know. So
a fanny is not a word you would use to describe. It's a bum bag in the UK. A fanny in the UK is a lady garden, like a special lady area.
Yes.
Yeah, and you wouldn't put that on the outside of your bag. So like that fanny pack you guys wear over here, we call it a bum bag.
Because technically what over there would be a V pack, a JJ pack.
Yes, a lady garden bag.
Okay, we ready for the next question by Robin?
We are. Maybe you should both send each other some of your never going to use yarns and see what the other one makes with it.
You won't make anything.
Genius idea. Also, brace yourself. I'm sending you 150 balls of yarn via like airmail. No, let's send it via the slow post, like surface mail. Might get with you in 6 months. Oh yeah, don't send me that. What is that?
I went on a yarn trip. There was some place they were having yarn for 50 cents. 50 cents. You can't beat that. So I bought that was one of the times I bought well over $100 worth of yarn because everything was 50 cents. And there was a whole bunch of it. It wasn't a store. This was like one of those flea market. It's not a real store. It's in a warehouse type of shops. So there's me and 800 other grandmas, and they're like, the store's open, and we're like digging in stuff and ripping. I'm like, it's mine. I didn't even know what I was grabbing. And that is how I got so many of these weird yarns that I still don't use.
See, you wouldn't get that in the UK. No one would be pushing and grabbing. We would all queue politely and go, no, after you. Like, we wouldn't do that. Like, no. We wouldn't, maybe somewhere, I don't know. But generally in the UK, we don't push and shove and grab. We queue and wait.
In an orderly fashion.
Yeah. And then grumble that somebody else got all the good stuff before we could because we were too polite to say, excuse me, may I have some? Yeah.
I'm going to bring you over here so you can have your inner US. You know what I mean? So you can be like, that's my yarn.
I am sharpening my elbows, ready. I'm coming for Black Friday in America in a box store. Let's go.
Yeah, so you can get dumb yarn like this. Yeah. I've had this for 5 years. What am I going to do with this eyelash yarn? It's weird. I get so much.
I have eyelash yarn too.
What
you can't see it though because it's behind the stuff. That's cute. What is that? Like a what?
It's not a boucle yarn.
It's like a pom-pom, not pom-pom.
What am I going to do with it? And if I make a tutorial with it, I will never be able to find this yarn again. Because probably most of these yarns are discontinued, and I don't know what it is.
That's the problem, isn't it? Because if you're going to Cam, can we just take a moment to appreciate how terrible Cam's touring
I'm
is?
getting an extended arm here from
Mr. Cam
the
Cam.
IT centre.
Come on, Camalama Ding Dong, do it properly or not at all.
Just dong.
I'm not going to call you Dong.
Ding dong.
No. You're not going to let that go now, are you?
So
We like his new name, but we're not
Okay,
going to call him
Camalama Ding
Dong.
Dong.
We're not. We just can't.
we're gonna legally change to that now.
We're too feminist for that one. We have to demean you as a man, though. It's okay.
Yeah. Camalama Ding Dong, my slave.
And one more yarn I want to show you.
Yes,
This
show me your novelty freaky yarns.
What is this? What am I going to do? It's not soft. It looks soft, but it feels like the worst thing in the whole entire world. What did he say?
He said it looks like old lady.
It does.
I think you could make like use a really big hook and do like a shawl or like a Solomon's knot type vibe with that. Would look amazing.
I can't do Solomon's knot. Is it the Solomon's knot that I can't? I don't think I can do that. I tried it and you said
super lacy and like super open. You could make a shawl or a scarf. Cam is now mocking me. No, she can't crochet a bird's nest from it. Cameron, you know nothing. A large hook, and you could do like some really cool open lace work with that. That's my vote.
Okay, we're just gonna quiz you. Okay,
let's go for it.
Fuzzy.
All right, so that would make a super cute teddy bear, but I don't know how you would teach it with that yarn because you wouldn't be able to see what you were doing.
This is just personal.
Like a teddy bear or something would be super
it's
cute with that.
super soft. What is this? I can't read the label. It is acrylic. 100%. I didn't soft though.
Yeah, like a teddy bear or something with that, or like a puppy dog, some sort of Amigurumi toy. I love how you are digging through your stash. It makes me feel so much better about my own.
Okay.
Like, just crap everywhere. I like how I lean in, like that's going to make me see better. What is that? Like a ribbon? Is it like a
it's like a tube of yarn. I'm trying to put it on a screen, but my camera's up here. Okay.
I know, and I'm like this.
Can you see the tube? It's weird.
So I've got yarn a bit like that, but without the fuzziness. And I made like an Amigurumi jellyfish out of it. So it holds its structure pretty well. I don't know what you do with that with the hairiness. Mine's smooth. I don't know. Maybe add that to your donate pile.
And last one.
Okay.
This one is also within that 50 cent thing I bought. What in the world? I don't know.
I kind of like that. Is that weird? It's kind of, I quite like it.
You'll be able to see with an Amigurumi if you did a teddy bear with this, but it's not as fuzzy. It's more of it's fuzzy, but not hairy.
It's like weirdly like kinky texture, isn't it? I don't know, maybe like a bag or something with that.
Can I zoom? There we go, right there.
I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments.
Yeah, what's going on in the comments? I feel bad.
With that weird yarn.
I'm probably going to donate this to whenever I do a live stream and just give it away to somebody. Because though everything in these bins have been there for at least 5 years.
So do you often do giveaways on your channel, or is it something new you're going to bring in? It's not something I ever really do here.
I have no rhyme or reason to what I do. Sometimes it's about, man, I wish I had more space in my room. So I'm like, it's time for a giveaway. You know what I mean? There's no rhyme or reason. And since I've been thinking about moving, I've been emptying a lot of my stuff. And I don't want to be able to have to move 800 pounds of yarn. So I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff.
Cam is giggling in the corner because he knows if we ever move, we're looking at least 800 pounds. I'm assuming pounds, like big boy weight. Like, I've got so much yarn.
Well, see, for myself, I do have a lot of yarn. But now since I've been cleaning up, we're thinking about moving. I realized my husband is a hoarder too, but I realized the things he hoard, they are big ticket items. Like, I can't even pick it up by myself and throw it away anymore because you haven't used it in 5 years.
See, Kamalama Ding Dong hoards PC stuff. Don't you?
Working IT.
That takes up space.
Leads.
Compared to your yarn.
Hey, don't start my yarn. This is not the time to start domestic on live stream.
The yarn paid for that sparkly shirt right there.
Yes.
The background there is actually an IKEA unit that's in the way of the yarn.
Yeah. Yeah, the IKEA unit is blocking my yarn. No, Cam is a bit of a hoarder as well, in fairness. We're as bad as each other. I just have more volume than you do, but you have got boxes and boxes and boxes of
tiny
IT PC stuff.
Fashion.
A lot of stuff. Yeah. It's got wires and cables up the wazoo. And there's a lot of stuff. And we both struggle letting go of sentimental stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff from our childhood, both of us.
So are you trying to say you're sentimental about all the yarn?
Yes. It all means...
I got a question for both of you. Who's the main cleaner in the house? And then I'll pose the next question.
I can answer this. The cleaner I pay, who comes on a Tuesday.
Who's the number 2 cleaner in the house?
Robin.
Okay.
Thank you, Cam. That was a correct answer.
All right. This is for the number 2 cleaner in the house. I realized with my husband's stuff, this could have been for you, Cam, but you're number 3. I realized for my husband's stuff, he does not know what he has. I can easily just throw it away and he has no clue. All those stupid, dumb t-shirts he's have, they're gone. One laundry load at a time. Gone.
So you're busting me right now because he's right there. But he wouldn't notice if some stuff left.
My husband never notices. I mean, I love him. He's a good man. He treats me great. But damn it, if you leave that shirt on the floor one more time, it's going in the garbage. And I'm not telling you.
I could also do that to you.
You could get rid of yarn. You could absolutely do that to me. But it's my lovely cleaner. Her name is Leslie. And every week she pulls socks out from underneath this sofa where I'm sat now that have been there a while. Like she's working her way further and further back through the socks. She's taken to just leaving them on the sofa for him now, like publicly shaming him.
Oh, she's like a wife.
Yeah, she doesn't care anymore. She leaves his socks on his side of the sofa for him to find. But he has no shame. It doesn't shame him into removing his socks. He's just like, whatever.
He's like, woman, I pay you. Clean my socks.
My cleaner, Leslie, is a godsend. I love her. I have her for 2 hours a week. And if I didn't have her, I'd probably have E. coli by now or just be living in generic squalor. So I need her 2 hours, 1 week.
We talked about this. I paid for a cleaner once, but it was like through one of those, I made her something she cleaned up. It was I had too much anxiety. I had to clean my whole house before the cleaner came to my house to clean.
I do that. Don't get me wrong. 100%. I spend more time now each week prepping for my cleaner than I ever did cleaning my house. But that was part of the reason of getting her, because I knew it would make me like at least once a week go, right, I've got to, like, I can't live like this. It's too embarrassing if people knock on my door. Mm-hmm. So just knowing that Leslie comes here once a week, and it means if you pop over for a cup of tea, you're not going to catch E. coli anymore. Yeah. That's my level. And she's my tiny luxury. So
somebody had a question for you, Virgie. I always like to say hi to her. She says, Robin, who's your favorite new Series 5 villager? I miss your cream tea streams.
All right, Virgie. Series 5 villager. Now I got the amiibos. Where are they? Cam, if you can identify Pepper's DS Happy Home Designer box, the amiibos are in that, or they're in a little bag somewhere around it. Okay, so Virgie, Sasha. I am obsessed with Sasha. He is amazing. I'm gutted he's lazy because I've already got too many lazy villagers. Sorry, Alysha. This is going to mean nothing to you.
That's it.
I've got way too many lazy villagers on my island, and Sasha 100% is my first one. However, I have brought Ione in because she's super cute and she's normal but super boring. So I'm going to have to say Sasha, although Fergie, I don't know if you've got the Happy Home Paradise DLC, but I saw, is it Marlo Cam? What's the name of that new hamster who looks like the Godfather? Is it Marlo or Marlon?
Marlon Brando, isn't he?
Yeah. He was hanging out on my beach and I looked at him and I was like, I'm kind of loving you too. So I'm going to go with Sasha, which I know is the default answer. Shino is pretty cool as well. But I do have Ione. I've amiiboed her in to my island. And I got very excited because I bought my daughter 10 packs of amiibo cards for Christmas and we opened them all early. So we sat down and we opened them all because we are both children who couldn't wait till Christmas. So I've got a lot of the amiibos, but yeah, I've currently got Ione, but Sasha is my favorite. So sorry, that was really super niche Animal Crossing talk. Marlo has some broken knees, doesn't he? Like Marlo's like this big, but he's like the Godfather. I love him. I nearly made a house. I'm gutted I didn't pick him when he was on my beach. Virgie, question for you: do you have the DLC? So just run out there. Also, I had on Happy Home Paradise that robot octopus. Can you remember his name, Cam?
I remember his name, no.
And I don't like the octopus villagers. They creep me out, but the robot one was really cool. I liked him. What was his name? That's going to bug me. Anyway, yes. You need to get like something that isn't crochet for like your downtime.
Right now, it used to be reading once before crochet ever existed. Well, it always existed in the background before it became a job. I used to love to read books. I used to get lost in books. Now, if I'm going to read, it's going to be knowledge. I can't anymore.
Hang on. I can't point to the comment. Yes, that.
What is that?
Is what he's called. He's the man. I kind of like him.
Wait, before you give me what is cephalopod?
That's Catherine answering the question about who's the robot octopus. Don't worry, carry on. You were reading. That used to be your downtime.
Yeah, I can't. I don't read. I don't have my hobbies. I accidentally came into plants. But I need to find a new hobby. But I think plants are it. I'm loving like figuring out how to propagate plants and buy new plants. It started off with 1, and now I think I have 15 to 20 plants. It's an obsession.
Cam's looking at me right now.
That's just what you did before you got Animal Crossing. So maybe
the
that's next step.
So I started with plants, and then I ran out of room for my plants. So I've got some amazing plants. I'm looking at them all now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 behind the curtain. 9
in this one room.
10. Yeah, we're on 10 just in my front room alone.
When I was a little girl, I just wanted to be. Do you remember that movie, The Secret Garden? You ever watch it?
Yes.
Yes. The Secret Garden. I just wanted to be her. I'm like, I need to.
Book. I literally have the book just there. My childhood copy of The Secret Garden. Cam, I'm tempted to send you searching for it. Somewhere on that bookshelf, Cam.
He's getting his cardio.
Garden, and I think it'll be at the top. I think it's got like a maroon dust jacket. And it should say inside this book belongs to Robin, like age 7. I was obsessed.
Wow. Oh.
Obsessed. No, it's a big book, Cam. Don't bother looking at the little ones. It's quite a tall book. Might not be there. Yes. Have you found it? He's found it. Hang on.
See, that's like how coincidental that the whole story of being a little girl, and
I loved it. All right, so this says happy 7th birthday.
1902.
Technically, this would Cam. What would it have been?
What would it have been?
1982. 1989 was when I was gifted this book. Yeah, I still got it now. It's dust jacket, but yeah, I'm obsessed. Like it's a proper broken up old copy.
It is.
But yeah. So, but once I bought the plants, I ran out of room because when plants grow and they get massive and take over.
Yeah.
And then Animal Crossing.
And then Animal Crossing got released. So
is that my next step? Am I following your path? Apparently, okay.
Yeah. So now you
Fancy
need to buy
Animal
a
Crossing.
Switch. Buy yourself a Switch or a
Mhm.
Switch Lite for Christmas and a copy of Animal Crossing. Then come join me on the Cream Tea YouTube channel and we can play together. It's
Okay, gotcha.
exciting.
I've been obsessed with the what is it? The Oculus. Have you seen that VR device?
Yeah, we have one here. It makes me feel seasick. I can't use it.
No, we gotta go to the beach and talk one day. You have one? We can go to the
Yeah,
beach
we
and
have one.
talk.
It makes me feel seasick though when I put it on. I don't know why.
You don't like feeling trapped by the headset?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit claustrophobic and it makes me feel a bit nauseous. So when I put on, like I've tried,
Yeah.
but I also tried to get away from things, but like it's attached to my face. So I'm putting away, it just
It's
follows
like when you
me.
put something on a cat's head. You try to walk
I
away
do
from it
behave a
all the
bit like a cat. Yes,
I
when
can see it.
VR is involved.
See, I like it. I enjoy like the I love it all, but one of my favorite things is the painting. I feel like Bob Ross. I feel like a famous painter, but yet I have no talent. But yet it feels like when I'm painting on the pictures in VR, everything is perfect.
Do you know, maybe we should have done, or maybe for next Christmas, we should do a Bob Ross live stream because my daughter, I mean, she's 20. Her and all her mates last Christmas did a Bob Ross party where they all got little mini canvases and they all got some really cheap little paints and they all attempted to follow a video. Like we've got in our house 5 different canvases of various Bob Ross style paintings that my daughter and all her mates did. They're terrible, but they're hilarious.
Question. Well, not question, statement.
Okay.
Because our daughters are the same age. My daughter just they also had a cook-off after Thanksgiving. They had all these meals. Like my daughter made a salmon casserole. Her friends were making all these foods. I'm like, what are you doing at 20? I was eating nachos and beer.
And staying out till all hours and getting up to all sorts.
And
although
then
in fairness, when I was 20, I had a 1-year-old.
Yeah, so did I.
But if I'd been 20 without a child, I would have been in a field at 5 a.m. at a rave.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're having. See, yeah, my daughter had a Bob Ross night, and today she's up at uni with like a whole other. They like cooked a Christmas lunch. That was what they did. It was so wholesome. It's adorable.
That's what my daughter, it was her Friendsgiving, because Thanksgiving here, they had their Friendsgiving where they all ate and judged foods. I'm like, what are you doing? I love my daughter. She is amazing. God gives you only the things that you can handle. Somehow my daughter managed to get a scholarship to a Christian college. I don't know how that happened. I'm a heathen. She went to a Christian college. She is such a good girl. I am such a heathen compared to my child.
Yeah, my daughter's a really good girl, isn't she? I say that to you quite a lot. Like, how is she mine? She's a really good girl. And you know what I think it is? It's the internet. When I was a teenager, didn't have access to the internet. So I had drinking alcohol underage in a public space. That's what I had. Whereas, like, they have the internet, and that has made such a difference. I'm sure if I'd had the internet to the same degree, I think I used to hang out in a few chat rooms on like AOL when I was 16, but it's not the same.
It's just more options.
It's way easier to stay at home and be sheltered now. There's no hanging out with, if you're in the UK, I was a 1 litre, 2 litre bottle of White Lightning, get down the park kind of a girl. Yeah, I know, right? I was very 90s. So I think, but if I had the internet like we have the internet today, I would not have been down the park with my mates with cigarettes and alcohol. I absolutely would not. I would have been in my room gaming, or I think the internet's got a lot to answer for.
Yeah, I find my daughter, if I wake up to go to the bathroom at 2:00 in the morning, I will get online. Because I'm old. I'll go to the bathroom. I see her light on. I'll open her door. She's in like full makeup gear, like top to bottom. Like, where are you going? She's like, I'm taking pictures for the gram.
Yeah, like, no, I am so glad social media did not exist when, as Catherine's just pointed out, when I was on the hooch, My God, I was tragic in the 90s. I had like the thinnest eyebrows and like blue
That's why I
eyeshadow.
still have problems with my eyebrows to this day.
I know, right? They don't grow in. And I had little clips, and I thought I
Butterflies.
was the dogs. And I'd go out with my hooch or my white lightning or my two dogs was the other one I used to drink. I thought I was all that. If social media existed then, it would just be embarrassing, because today my daughter never had that stage of really thin eyebrows and blue mascara and
Yeah.
just looking really dodgy. She went from like being a child to being super cool. There was no weird.
There's that element now that nothing is forgotten. Everything digital is always forever out there.
Yeah, but we didn't have that.
We didn't pressure now.
We didn't have that digital bit. We just had like, I had a camera. Like when you take a picture, it's like that.
You gotta wait 2 weeks until it come back.
Kids take a picture like that. Like they don't. If you go, like if you say to mime taking a photo, we do this, like, and then wind it on, and then do that. Kids do that. Like for taking a photo. Like
there's another one. I found this out. Ask a child, pretend you're talking on the phone. You pretend you're talking on the phone right now. You ask the child, pretend they're talking on the phone. They'll take their hand. That's not a phone. This is
depressing. I'm like, don't you know that when I was young, the height of luxury was like a phone, like a cheeseburger.
The see-through phones.
Like 105. Yeah, the see-through ones were so cool. I desperately wanted one of those. And yes, Cam, I sound like I am 105 because I said when I was young. But yeah, it's like I am only 19 years older than my daughter. And yeah, I feel like that generational gap is massive and depressing, but massive.
But there's a massive gap between us. But at the same time, my daughter is so much more mature than I ever was at her. But at the same time, she's more mature or calmer. She doesn't know nothing. She still robs me for all my money.
My daughter cost me a fortune.
She's not doing bad things. Like she'll make decisions all the time.
Yeah, no, my daughter is a good girl. She's really good girl. But she doesn't have the street smarts that
common sense.
I suppose that's because she doesn't have to. She has a phone, she can Google anything. Like if you miss the bus, you can Google it. Like, but she's way better behaved than I ever was. I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with a version of me now. But yeah, she's a good girl.
I was a good kid, but you guys got to remember, my mother was a state police officer. Like she was a cop. So I had to be very careful. So whatever sneaky things I did, they had to be sneaky. I had to make sure I was spending the night at a friend's house and didn't need to come back. So I couldn't smell like any type of alcohol or any type of illegal teenage substance.
Tobacco
or anything like that. Yeah. But Jada, no, she's like, cigarettes are dumb. Alcohol is stupid. I mean, why do you always want? I'm like, I like to drink. I'm 41 years old. And
I'm nearly 40.
The smoking, they said in New Zealand today, anyone born after 2008 is not allowed to buy cigarettes.
Do you know how depressing that is? That anyone's been born after 2008. Because in my head,
what is that?
Still 1998.
Yeah.
Like 2008 does not exist.
They didn't mention hooch though, or white lightning.
Yeah, hooch. I think you haven't lived if you haven't had hooch. And I'm guessing I didn't make it to America. Hooch and like the Alco pops. Yeah, hooch and not like moonshine. Like it was an actual brand.
Oh, okay.
Alco pops in the 90s.
It was a really cheap, rough type of alcohol.
We had the Loco something. It was like an energy drink / beer that college
similar sort of thing, like a Alco pop we called them. So we had like two dogs, and the picture was like this dog with his bit still intact. Like that boy hadn't been neutered, and like hooch, and it was awful. It tasted like squash or cordial, but had like an alcoholic. Oh, the 90s were awful. I don't know why they're being brought back.
But alcoholic. The deadly alcoholic drink of the 90s that I remember when I was young, it was something called Mad Dog 2020.
Yes, 2020. That's my coupon. Exactly. Mad Dog 2020. Yes, that's the same as like Hooch and Two Dogs. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you know what we're talking about.
I'm like, I don't know what was in this drink, but
It's horrible.
and it tastes sweet. I'm like, this is tasty.
Yeah. So it tastes like neat squash or cordial, which again I don't think you have it though. You have. I think we've had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Like
we compared it to something else.
Yeah, but that is kind of like our squash, but like with an alcoholic content. But yes, Mad Dog 2020 is up there with Hooch.
Okay.
It's awful.
It's
awful. 90s kids in the chat right now. Respect. Big up the 90s and getting drunk in a park. Woo.
Remember the days, or just going to the park and smoking. I used to smoke cigarettes. I quit. But to be cool, I was like my thin eyebrows, my braids and butterfly clips with the little pieces in the back, and
my little crop top.
Yes, and my baggy pants. Yes.
I do like the wide range of topics we've covered.
I know. Welcome to our crochet live stream.
Show and tell houseplants.
Houseplants in the 90s.
How to pronounce Dutch
shapiers. Yes. I feel like Catherine's on our level though, because she said Lemon Hooch was the original, and then they made OJ and got real funky and went with blackcurrant. Yes, that was too fancy for me, girl. But yeah, we basically degenerated. As the drunker we've got, the more we're talking about how we used to get drunk when we were underage and how our kids don't do that.
This is your question.
Oh, crochet question. All right.
Oh, what crochet?
Anyway, I'm here for you. Can you make a crochet ladybug? Yes. But it won't be anytime soon unless Alysha decides that she's going to
probably won't make one.
No.
Sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but I probably won't make one. Because I know my audience, you guys don't understand the algorithm, but my audience, they'll be like, no.
Do you know, interesting fact though, technically on paper, my audience don't like Amigurumi either. So they're like slow bands.
You did tell me that. You put it out a year before, a year later, it hits.
Yeah, they do not perform well out the bat, and most people don't like them, but they take a while, and then they're just like quiet, slow, steady, consistent voice. But yeah, technically speaking, my audience don't like them. However, technically speaking, my audience don't like live streams either, or watching me get progressively drunker on live streams.
Know what? One of our friends, her name is Kanga. She says, "Oh my God, I love your hair, Robin."
Thank you.
And I guarantee she loves.
It's actually green, but it's showing up as blue. I'm gonna have to take a photo.
I see green at the very bottom tip, like
if I get close enough. Does it show it if I get like super close?
The tips. It's like an aqua, like a between that much.
I don't know. I think it's because, hang on. If I take out the warm and I go just cold, hold on.
Okay.
All right, bear with me. I'm going to blind myself with a really bright light.
Do it.
But is this showing it, Cam? It's not really, is it?
I see a piece in a bang.
Yeah, like my bangs are bright green, but they're just not showing as green on this.
Yeah, it's very muted on video. So the bits that look lighter on Robin's head are very
green. Like super bright green.
Neon green in real life. It's just the between the camera and
this camera hates me and the streaming hates me because earlier we tried to fix it by going into my
outside
camera.
Of StreamYard it was more real.
Hey, husband! My husband's home, cashmere silk.
Yay! Hey, Sugar Daddy, welcome home.
Oh, you remembered I called him Sugar Daddy. Okay, guys. I was talking to Robin on a live stream. My husband came in, and every time I talk to my husband, I call him Sugar Daddy. Not because he's a rich man. It's just natural. I call him Sugar Daddy. I don't know. It's just a little cute pet name. Do you want to say hi real quick?
It is way better than me calling my husband Oi.
Oi. There's a.
I
hit him in the head.
Sugar Daddy.
That is cashmere silk.
I forgot about that. Oh my god. I am easily entertained. Okay, so Cashmere Silk and Mr. Cam need to
Camelama
hook up
Ding
and
Dong.
do their own private stream at some
Camelama
point.
Ding Dong.
Camelama Ding Dong.
Thank you.
Okay, yes. All right, so I actually genuinely do need a wee. I kind of don't want to end this stream because we're having loads of fun, but I also genuinely, I'm not sure my bladder can. There you go, Candy.
Sugar daddy is when you have a sweet man. You're a sweet man, sugar daddy. You didn't see this, but he did a little dance where he did this with his pelvis, though.
Is it weird when I say, yay, sugar daddy's here, though? Is that weird when I call him sugar
Would it be
daddy?
weirder if I said it?
Oh, yeah, Cam, you've got to call him sugar daddy. Then it gets messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, been drinking too much. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how much.
But I genuinely do need, my bladder is going to burst if we don't head off soon.
Well, yeah, we should probably wrap it. It's been almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. How many people are watching, Cam? Just real quick, so I
Probably
should know.
no one at this stage.
72 at the minute.
What'd he say?
We have
down to 72.
Yeah, we have the hardcore people still here with us.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that these people are also maybe on the hooch or the mad
But saying
dogs.
that, now Cashmere Silk is here, it may bounce back up.
Oh yeah, watch
So,
the numbers go up when Cashmere
yeah.
Silk's in the house.
Once the dancing music kicks in.
Bound, check a
Yeah.
wow, wow.
I've been dancing in the background.
Yeah. But anyway, right, I really need the loo. I genuinely do need the loo. So I'm going to head off, and I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that joined the live stream. As chaotic as it was, this was like our works Christmas do. So yeah, we're just gone with it and had fun. I didn't get to ask you a single question that I
This
had
was the
prepared
best
for.
work party I've ever had.
I think we need to get out more.
You're my only friend, and you're across the whole entire ocean.
Yeah, same. All right,
Okay.
so if any one of you feels sorry for us at this point, you have to go subscribe to Alysha's channel.
Yes, please subscribe. I forgot.
Yes, subscribe to her channel. Check out her Etsy, which is the one thing I haven't linked to, but I
That's
imagine
okay.
you can
Just
find
come to
it.
my channel. You'll find me.
Yeah, I've linked to everything else, your website, your Instagram, your Facebook. But thank you so much for Monica, same, putting up with us for a couple of hours. This has gone way longer than I think any of us thought it would. And I personally will see you again at some point after Christmas. I'm not sure when. I don't know. Do you have any more uploads before Christmas scheduled?
I should, but I probably won't. I'm a
Okay,
little late.
right,
I
so-
gotta be people.
Yeah, we're going to call it a vague Merry Christmas from both of us.
Yes.
And we will see you after Christmas. We're going to go enjoy a well-deserved break for a couple of weeks and just recoup and recover from our inevitable hangovers from the live stream tonight. So thank you for joining me
Thank you so much
and
for inviting me.
Yeah, enjoying our Christmas party together. It's like the weirdest Christmas party ever. And yeah, it's just up to Cam to hit end broadcast release. So
Hit the button, Cam. Bye, everybody.
bye. Bye. Yes, bye, Camelama Ding Dong.
Bye, Camelama Ding Dong.
There you go. Bye, Cashmere Silk. Bye, Sugar Daddy.